Alright, let's do this. This should be lots of fun. Okay. So, journey continues. You now you continue with walking back, still kind of weak thanks to Nixxie's training. This time with the new companion. As you walk, Charlotte kind of looks at both you and Kylian and Elpis, kind of asks, "So how long have you guys been in the overworld?"
I think for you, well, for me and Killian, I think for like a few weeks now.
She nods. And if you don't mind me asking, do you know which kingdom you came from? Like back in the demon realm?
I kind of plopped here.
She seems confused. Like
It just happened.
She says, "Oh, you mean like when you fell,
I don't.
you just ended in the overworld? That's rare."
Yeah.
Well, I guess
I have no memory of it.
She says, "Oh," she says, looks at you and asks,
memorize one kingdom and why?
looks at you and says, you have amnesia?"
I mean, it's been kind of slowly coming back to me, but not much.
She nods and looks at Kylian, expecting an answer from him as well.
Me? Well, I still have a few of my memories, but you know, same thing. Summoned a few weeks ago. And now I'm here, I guess.
She said, "A few weeks ago, you was unlucky getting a physical body. It took me a long time to get mine."
Yeah. It was pretty quick. Efficient, you could say.
She kind of smirks. You continue walking, and eventually you reach the inns. It's well, say it took you 3 hours to rest from 2 to 5. We'll say it's probably around 5. We'll say around 6 at this point, since you guys are walking pretty slow.
Yeah.
You show her the 2 inns, the one Jamal was staying at and the one Elpis was staying at. Elpis being the one who offered to lend her a room for now, since she just arrived in the human world and probably didn't have much money. Had offered his room for this time being. She thanks and asks if you can show her where that room would be, so she knows where to go.
All right then. I decide to lead her to my room within the inn.
Yeah.
Let's see how loyal he is after this.
Yeah. Yeah. Kylian and Dredd go into their own inn to just kind of take a rest. Yeah. Assume that Elpis will probably be fine. You think to yourselves. Anyways, let's keep going. So now, Kylian and Jared have entered their own inn as Charlotte follows peacefully behind Elpis. As you walk in, she continues talking to you and says, she says, "So, do you have an idea what caused this amnesia of yours? Maybe like some traumatic event or whatnot?"
Could be a head injury. My head was hurting when I first woke up. So.
She nods. Eventually, you reach upstairs to his room.
Oh, this is my room. Make yourself comfortable for the night.
You enter the room, and she looks around and says, "It's nice. I guess quaint is a good way to describe it. I suppose it's a nice quality inn."
Yeah.
She then turns around to you and kind of bows a bit, thanking you once again for your hospitality. And she kind of begins walking towards you in a more seductive walking pattern, one could describe. Hard to put a pin on it, as the nature of succubi and incubi are beyond conventional attraction. She walks up to you, kind of looking at you, and asks if there is any way that she can pay you back. Your mind kind of falters for a bit, And for 1 second, she kind of smiles at you and says, idiot. The next thing you know, you are now under the next thing you know, your mind completely wavers and you fall into dark blackness. You are now under mind control. For the next few minutes in
You
lore,
fuck
you
me
are
over!
not allowed to disobey anything
You-
the person controlling you. Anything they ask
Oh,
or
no.
command of you, you are forced to follow.
You
And
screwed me
and
over!
disobeying this would result in
Ah.
heavy penalties in lore. Do you understand?
I
Do
absolutely
you
hate
understand?
any. I understand this, but Dread and Kylian, I hate both of you.
She
No,
orders you to
we're
sit-
good.
She
I don't know
orders,
in a
about you.
room.
she orders you to
Three
sit
of us
down
should've
on the
fucked in a
bed
room.
and get comfortable. You comply.
Oh.
She then looks at you and says, "So."
Hey, this is rape.
She looks at you, smiling evilly, like Nix. That kind of reminds you of Nixxie. She looks at you and says, "Now then, Elpis, why don't you tell me your name?"
Elpis.
She looks at you, frowning, saying, "No,
He's
no,
gonna leak us again.
your first name,
Not again.
your original name."
Depends. Hold on. Wait. What are the penalties here if I don't say?
You
if
have
I
to
try not
respond.
say
I
it?
mean, objectively, you have to. There's no negotiating here. You do not have the skills to counter mind control yet.
Motherfucker. I felt like it's not a
You can
status
keep
effect,
arguing
right?
with me, and you're not gonna like how this ends up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Mo.
She looks at you and says, "Are you from this world?"
No.
Looks at you and says, "What is the name of the world you came from?"
Earth.
She smiles evilly at you the more you answer. She says, "And how did you end up here in Althvinhaim?"
By a god who sent me here.
She seems very happy with your answer. She says, "Good. Really, really good." She laughs. "Well then, that's about all the information I came here for. When I hereby command that can I cancel this order on you, you'll faint for about 30 seconds. Feel free to remember what my face looks like and the questions I asked. By the time you wake up, I'll be long gone anyways." She then looks above you and orders, "You are now free from my control," and you fall into blackness. 30 seconds later, you wake up, instantly remembering what had happened and what he'd said, and she's completely gone.
Shit! I decide to get out my room and run straight to Kylian's and Dread's Inn.
You bolt out so fast, and you run towards Kylian and Elpis, busting through the door to find them still in the lobby.
Kylian, Dread, we got a problem.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
What happened?
Yeah, Charlotte, right? She somehow mind controlled me and spilled everything about our world, or made me.
How
What?
much did you reveal? Like, what? How much did you reveal? What?
Not everything.
Everything. And how long was that? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Excuse
Got a
me,
problem.
mind control? That's a thing?
Yes, that is a thing. I don't know how you've not known this. This world is filled with magic. There's got to be mind controls out there somewhere.
Okay, to be fair, last time you
Especially if
voluntarily
it's a
killed someone.
succubus.
That's... We gotta hunt them down. I don't... What?
No, I'm surprised that, I'm not surprised that your mental fortitude is not enough to resist mind control, but that's just me.
Oh yeah, like if you were in that situation, you would have a better time. Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough, I suppose. We should probably, on second thought, however, I agree with Kylian, we should be after them right now. Where they go?
Well, where are we gonna find them? Where are we gonna look?
Decide to all just kind of bust out the inn and start searching. You can all fly after all. You all bust out the inn and scan the area, and you look all around, and for a brief few seconds, you see what looks like a black-haired succubus dashing into an alleyway to your right.
Follow. We gotta go.
You chase after her, hoping that she's one of the demons who can't fly. In that case, you should be able to catch up to her. You fly towards the alleyway and once again see her turning a corner. You continue chasing.
Yeah.
You continue chasing
Actually,
her.
wait.
Hmm?
Instead of me following these two, I decide to fly ahead.
Like, fly ahead of her?
Yes.
Your
Like, let's cut her
alleyway's
off.
way too narrow for that.
Oh, dang. Okay, I guess I'll fall one second.
Yeah,
then.
you fly them through the alleyway, only barely catching her. Not catching her, but getting your eyes on her as she turns around more corners. You follow her, calling out her name, but she doesn't respond. Eventually, you reach an opening in an alleyway, a large area cut off from the rest of the city. It feels kind of like a plaza, but it's empty. You note that there are, like, multiple ways to go, however, once you reach the plaza, she kind of stops and turns around and faces you. She kind of looks at you three and says, my. 3 powerful men chasing an innocent demon go down an alleyway in an elf city. Wonder how bad that would look in the papers.
I think it's not as. I think you know the narrative does.
She kind of smiles and says, oh yeah, who they're gonna believe, huh?
I decide to bluff. Wait, can I just try and bluff for a second?
If you want.
You are the president. Go right ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and bluff. But you see, I've already informed my associates over in the Humanoid Alliance of the story beforehand.
She says,
No, I think
sure you
you
have. She seems to be able to
I
read
mean,
through
if
your
you wish-
lies, perhaps the use of a skill, you think to yourself.
Well, that's good to know, at least.
Well, you assume, you don't know, but... She looks at
I
you
mean,
and
if she's
says-
good enough to tell I'm lying, then...
Yeah, she looks at you and then, now pray tell why you 3 have decided to chase me down this conspicuous alleyway. I'm not quite sure what I have done wrong. She says we'll continue
we
to
just-
twirl and like do mocking gestures at you.
Okay. In theory, we can just shoot spells
You
at
can't
them.
just spell it out.
I don't know, I feel like if we did, that would be pretty,
Go
like,
right
someone would
ahead
just
if you
appear
want.
last moment, and then...
Yeah. We probably get arrested for it.
Yeah, exactly, like, what? I don't think my diplomatic immunity covers you two, I'm not gonna lie.
you can try.
Absolutely not, what?
Okay.
I haven't even been elected yet, technically.
She then turns her direction
I-
towards Elpis. I'm like, what? You didn't like my thank you gift for your hospitality?
What's your goal in all of this, basically?
But she says, just to verify some things I heard from a friend.
A friend
Nice.
who would? Oh.
Elpis, have you told someone?
Oh shit.
She looks at you and says, and just kind of laughs hysterically, saying, your confusion is hilarious.
I
She
think
then
it
asks,
is.
so then what are you gonna do, huh? Kill me, fight me, chase me off, capture me?
Well,
Curious to see what your next
what
move
is the reason you need this information? Who do you work for?
She says, oh, I don't work for anyone. In fact, I make a lot of people work for me, actually. She says, I'm what you would call a bit of an entrepreneur. Businesses to run, money to make. Your information's useful
Does
to me.
entrepreneurship happen to have a role in a similar manner to the Thieves Guild?
She shakes her head, saying, no, not particularly. I haven't got my... I'm actually an adventurer, technically. A rank. She smiles and says, well, if you're gonna fight me, you can if you want to try. I'm curious to test out my strength since coming to the overworld. If
I feel like
not,
she's gonna wipe the floor, that's not gonna lie.
Alright, quick question. How do you know about that information?
she smiles.
Besides from me.
She smiles and says, oh, just a bit of information. It would be rude of me to disclose my benefactors, wouldn't it?
I mean, it depends on your point of view.
No, they paid me. I paid them for
I'm
the
guessing it's someone. I'm guessing it's someone big.
She says, no, not particularly. She kind of... She then smiles like, this is really going nowhere, though. I'd like to leave with my information. Clearly, y'all don't seem to mind. She says while giggling.
Okay.
If you do not, if
we
you
want to just
find
like
yourself,
slowly
no, go
surround
ahead,
and
Jamal.
just like block the exits.
Well, this looks really bad, and I'm part of
It
anyone.
does. It does.
This
It-
looks horrible.
This
This
looks horrible. Like, what are we
Yeah, no,
going?
this is
We can't
awful.
really do anything. If anyone walks by, she's gonna act like she's like a damsel in distress being bullied by 3 very strong people.
I know, absolutely. So, in that case, I think
We got-
Athena is just like
Yeah.
wanting to get out of here because he's got his own reputation, not even aside from these other two. But like he's
I just
so
decided.
he just cuts his losses and like
Yeah, I just
reluctantly
cut my
backs
losses.
out.
I'm just like,
As you decide to just like not aggressor anymore, so you're just gonna leave. God, you're fucking boring. She then looks at Kylian.
I mean,
She then looks at Kylian and kind of says, "Well, you sure you don't want to at least try? I mean, considering you 3 willingly fought that fucking freakish drow elf."
Well, this is
that's
different.
different.
That was training. This is blackmail.
He says, "Well, I didn't say it was blackmail. Who said I was gonna use it against you?"
who said you won't?
She shrugs and says, "Fair point." As you begin to like attempt to back up, she just looks at you all, frowns and sighs, and says, in a completely different tone, "This isn't going nowhere." She looks at you and all, and then asks if you know about the succubus race skill.
I can't
mind
say I
control,
do.
maybe?
She looks at you and says, "It's an ability that we have that allows us to change our appearance. It's very useful for espionage and other matters." She said, "I was hoping to play with you for a bit, maybe edge a fight out of you, but you are way too much of a coward, and I'm bored." She snaps her fingers, and suddenly a glowing light envelops her. She activates the succubus race skill, and her appearance completely changes. It morphs and changes as her entire physiology completely changes. Her height remains the same, however, her hair color shortens. Her hair shortens a bit and changes color, and she changes from a succubi to an incubi, and gender completely changes. Their clothing goes from black to white. Well, actually, no. I'll say it stays black, but has more whites and golds. Their hair goes from black to white, and their eyes kind of go from ruby to gold. Then he pulls out a pole arm and kind of balances his head on it, looking at you 3,
Wait a
and
minute.
says,
Oh,
"God, you 3 are so fucking gullible. You really haven't changed, have you, piss boy?"
Oh no!
The man in front of you laughs and cackles and says, "It took me so fucking long to find you. You know that?"
I decided to hide in my pocket dimension, not dealing with that.
As you attempt to jump in your pocket,
Immediately.
you attempt to jump into your pocket dimension, but Asylvius looks at you and says, "You fall to your knees, and you fall to the ground." He says, "You can no longer disobey my commands. Face towards me," which you comply. He then looks at Kylian and orders him to do the same. He
Wow,
then looks
we
at
really turned
Athenos
up
and says,
this thing.
"Unfortunately, my skills don't work on you. You must have acquired another unique skill along the way, I assume."
I can neither confirm nor deny this information.
Well, I know it's true, because I've learned this hasn't worked on anyone with equal amount of unique skills to me, unfortunately. But yes, when I heard news that a certain Athenos Dread had decided to take over a country, well, that was interesting. To take a trip all the way to Dalheim, all the way to Nazarconia, then all the way around to fucking the Human Lands, to then learn that your ass is playing games here in Salkairith. Take a boating trip all the way over here, killing a few fucking Leviathans along the way. And then, finally, he says while slamming his polearm to the ground, "Here I am," whilst doing a mockingly flirtatious pose. Still laughing.
What are you disappointed that I'm playing Hoi 4 while you cannot play E4 now?
He looks at you and says, "And how do you know I'm not overthrowing the Basilius Senate as we speak?"
Fair enough, I suppose there is numerous evidence if I dug deeper into that.
Whilst Kylian and Elpis are still getting slammed into the ground, Asylvius sighs and says, "Fine, you are released from my control."
That's an OB skill.
She looks at you and says,
I mean, not particularly,
he
I'm the
looks
only
at
one
you
that
and says,
affected.
"No, you 2 are just weak." Sylvius smiles as Elpis gets all the flashbacks. He then begins walking towards you all, saying, "So, how have you been? Let's can tell you all have been having fun in this new world." You can tell that
Wait,
Asylvius is completely. You can tell of all three of you, Asylvius is definitely the most unfazed in regards to dying and being reincarnated.
I suppose you could say that, yes.
Well, that confirms it. Yeah.
Let me guess, y'all fucks
Everyone
died in a
that
really
we
sad, cringy way, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
wouldn't
my
call
definition of death depends on what you consider sad, yes.
Yeah, I mean, mine was pretty eventful.
He looks at you and says, "Your dumbass got shot, didn't it?"
The wonders of the South.
Sylvia snickers a bit before looking at Elpis and just eyes him up and down. You got fucking car crash, didn't you?
Yeah, car crash.
He laughs and says, "Fucking knew it. Both you know you two dumbasses would die in such a loser way." Anyways, you got brought here and reincarnated by a god, took 3 unique skills, 2 magic affinities, a new appearance, and got slammed into another world. Where'd you two end up? Well, 3 end up, I should say.
You know, I'd rather, you know,
I
the kid.
still ended up in this
Dissatisfied
continent.
with your answers, he just takes over your minds and forces you to tell him everything that happened to you so far. Of which
I mean,
Now you shut down against it.
Athenos,
no,
Athenos
that
just
doesn't
doesn't
work.
say anything. Athenos just doesn't say anything since he's figured out that it doesn't
Yeah,
work
you
on him.
activate Shutdown and it shuts down one of his mind control skills. However, the other one takes over in its stead.
You have 2. That seems heavily redundant.
I mean, not particularly for scenarios like this.
Sylvius continues to smile at them and says, "Well, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. I've been doing my own thing. The human governments are so easily corruptible, you know. They'll do anything for a bit of money. It's been easy to get away supporting the bandits, stealing their money, and then giving it to the Senate, only to have them pretend to deal with the problem."
I don't know if we should allow you to go bribe the Basilius Senate. What are you doing over there?
He looks at you and says, "Do you want to try and stop me?"
I mean, technically, I will lead a nation sometime soon, but I don't think a war is the best way of going about it.
I
Or
could
do I
start
want
messing
to?
around in Zarkon, but they got Matthias over there, and I don't want to deal with that shit. Basilius is ripe for corruption.
Do they not have any strong leader to bind them together? Any large movement to stop you?
He looks at you and says, "Oh, Jamal, ever the political idiot. Always trying to look for a political way to solve things and make things better for the people. I'm going to burn the country to the ground and rebuild it so I can achieve the 2 things in this world I want, sex and money."
You do you. I'm going home.
Connor,
You did
I
not
want
just say
to
you
know-
do you to a nation.
Why am I supposed to care what Asylvius does?
It's pretty bad, man. Do you not have empathy? No morals? Like.
This is fucking scared, that's why.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna allow that. I feel like
I could
I
order
don't-
you to follow my command, and I can quite literally order you to kill yourself. I've done it before.
you know what? Fair enough. It's not the time for this.
Yeah, come challenge me
Now,
when you
out
get
of
stronger.
all people, I believe I would be the only one able to contest him.
Oh yeah, because you can't mind control. I have a plethora of other unique skills though to use against you.
I mean, the same rings true for me.
Yeah, sure. I'm not surprised that you actually got strong though, unlike these 2.
Of course, I've already taken down dictators.
Sylvius nods. He then asks, "So, how the fuck did you guys all meet up exactly?" Well, I can assume how they met you.
If you're wondering, yes, they did schedule a meeting with me somehow.
Schedule a meeting, Lamau.
Me, I came to South Kyrith pretty early, and Elpis, who has killed a large creature in Salvalonia. One of my friends made a meeting happened, and I quickly realized that someone named Elpis is probably from another world.
He smiles. Fair enough. He then actually realized, wait, yeah, no, what the? Why would you name yourself Elpis in this world as well? What the fuck? Like, I kept my name because it's cool. Yours is literally just Elpis, baby. Like.
I don't really care.
Speaking of which, wouldn't it be funny if he ended up here as well? Maybe you could get your old husband back, you know? Sylvia smiles.
Oh, rubbish, I see.
He nods.
I mean,
likely he did. If you're here, then he must be. At least somewhere.
He smiles, I suppose. Well, I will admit, he says, anyways, why are you trying to go back? You said you were trying to go back home. Why? This world's amazing. I can control, kill, manipulate whoever I want. I can do anything. As long as I don't go to overextend myself too much, he says. When
You wouldn't happen to have a skill called psychotic, would you?
But I have lust and greed.
Ah.
I'd rather
I was
just go
coming.
home. I died with a few regrets. I'd rather go back at least one time.
Sylvius laughs. Oh, that's why you want to go back. You idiots. Right. You idiots never did live your life to the fullest. Why should I want to? Meanwhile, why should I want to go back when I have no regrets when I died? I lived every day like I wanted to. Unlike you guys, working your little surgeon job day to day. This feck over here going to college for political activism. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck you were doing all that time. Meanwhile, I soaring across Europe, Asia, North America, South America, private jets, planes. Fucking people all across the world, money galore. It was great. Never made sure to be scrutinous about it. Did a whole lot of fucked up shit. And now I'm here. I get to do it again, but this time, what the fuck's gonna stop me?
I can name a few people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but they need to get wind of me first. I'm not so stupid that's not cover my tracks. And the being able to erase people's minds using my skills and forcing anyone under my indefinite control would be nice.
Yes, I suppose so. I will never remember this conversation. It's just gone from my memory. Without lost, no trace.
He smiles, says, "Well, I'm only telling you because I know you wouldn't try to interfere. It wouldn't be in your greatest interest, after all. You're a president now. You got people to
Yes,
protect."
I'll be honest with you. I do not even know if that's who this is on the map yet. So
Exactly.
we'll see.
So why bother? It's basically like the Roman Republic, but like worse.
I pull up the map of the world.
Wait, you're screwing about with Rome?
Yes.
Alright, everything's changed.
Now I do have a problem.
So these classes, of course, that's what gets you riled up. Yeah, they got a whole consul system and like a senate and judiciary.
Not Caesar.
He says, "I'll become the Caesar."
You are no Caesar.
He looks at
You can't cross the Rubicon.
Here's what you and says, "Watch me cross over the Great Desert, take over Zarkon, establish the Silius Empire."
Well, now I think you're getting a bit too out of control. Just yet.
He smiles and says, "Fair enough, but I guess you can't help it when one of my skills is literally greed."
Yeah.
I'm sure you've noticed right now that your skills affect your personality, as does your race.
Slightly. It has become apparent.
What a
And says, "Yeah, it tends to happen, I noticed. Not like I mind, do the fun." So what my question is kind of curious, main reason I'm here is, what the fuck are you guys planning on doing exactly? He says in a more serious tone. In all honesty, besides fucking with you guys, I was actually curious, considering I was interested in what you plan on doing being launched to this world. I know what I'm gonna be doing. I mean, I assume you all would guess that me, anyone of all people, I would be the one who would most easily integrate into this world. Regardless, though, I'm curious. I mean, I can kind of guess what Dread wants to do. As for you two, though, you don't really seem to have much direction, do you?
It just gets stronger.
Goku mentality.
This reminds me of that one video that's like, People think I want to fight to save the day, but really, people, I just want to fight.
Oh really? I just want to fight.
Me on the other hand.
Fight, get stronger. Try to become a supreme entity at some point.
Sylvia smiles. Like, oh, that's an interesting ambition. I considered it myself as well.
If you might know, well, even though you probably know somewhat of this goal, I plan on trying to unite Castriel eventually in a form of just democratic, peaceful alliances between all races.
Says the imperialist.
Oh.
Says Asylvius.
Oh, it's different.
He says, sure, buddy.
Really? I created an entire constitution, totally original, by the way. That was just based off of.
Oh yeah, I went over that as I was in the Humanoid Alliance. Bro, you Control-C, Control-V.
Not entirely.
Have you two fucks looked at his constitution? He just copied and pasted the US.
Okay. You know what, Jed? We're gonna discuss this after class.
Is there a problem here? It's already being gone over by the Senate.
You could have had any new ideas.
I did. I modified it heavily.
Yeah, Anyway, so you're just gonna fuck around and get stronger at this point, I suppose. What about you, Jamal? I mean, you never had any fucking direction in life.
When surrounded by two megalomaniacs, only thriving for power. And while Jed's goal is admirable of creating a peaceful union for Castriel, me on the other hand, I can't sit here and think anything more than I don't have the power of Jed to unite a continent.
That is in fact true. I just
So he
realized
looks at you and he says true.
leader.
For example, so he says, he just looks at Kylian with a stern face, kneel, and you immediately fall to your knees, and he's like, never gets old.
It does get old for me.
So he smiles and says, I don't think so. You're not free from my control.
You two really need to get stronger. I mean, like, this is.
I know, right? I thought they would have at least gotten one more unique skill by the time they got here. Mine's pretty, I don't know about yours, but mine's pretty freaking useful. I'm not gonna go into the details of it, but every single demon that serves me gets massive benefits simply by being my subordinate. So building a massive demon, I could say underground group to overthrow.
You're essentially gonna make a harem. That's what I'm hearing.
Sylvius nods and says, huh? What else?
Oh, my fourth unique skill makes me stronger depending on how many people I wish to protect. Then,
So
well, when you're a president, then that's quite a lot of people.
Sylvius nods. Oh yeah, mine's similar. It's about, but only specifically about
Well,
protecting
that
my
explains
fellow.
a lot.
Mine's specifically about protecting my fellow demon kin.
Ah.
Especially because the
honestly
Vasilius
explains a lot
governments,
you.
especially the Lorraine governments, don't take quite fondly to demons, as according to the Vitinist faith.
So they're demon racists.
Vitinist, isn't that a split branch from Paxilism?
He says no. I think Paxilism is a split off from Vitinist.
Oh, okay. I remember reading something.
Yeah,
about
I did
that.
some information on that as well.
Well, it seems. Why did you come to tell us this? Like, why is
For
this
the
so
record,
important?
I just love how like me and Connor are
He
having a
looks at
nice
you and
civil
said,
discussion.
he looks at you and then he looks at Kylian and then asks, I'm sorry, when you learned about Athenos Dread, how fast did you leave for the Humanoid Alliance?
He left
That's
instantly.
fair, we left that
I wanted
same
to keep
day.
That's what
training
I
with
thought.
him. I wanted to keep going.
If there are
with
more
Nixxie.
others, specifically her, then I would like to see if they've arrived here.
You can use their names. You do not need to be so edgy. We know who you're talking about. Please.
He looks at you and says, oh, do you? There are multiple. I'd like not to reveal too much about my plans quite yet.
If you insist, I suppose I don't really have any jurisdiction over there.
He nods and says, regardless, I'm looking for a few actually important people. Dread was kinda one of them. You two, could care less. I'd like to see what they reincarnated as, if anything. And see if they'd like to join my little empire I'm building. Regardless.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to disagree on principle. You know, Republican leader and everything.
Uh-huh, he says, yeah, sure, whatever you say.
I cannot game the system. I've tried.
Sylvia smiled, saying that sounds like a skill issue.
Well, for these two, I have more skills.
Sylvius nods. I suppose that's fair. He says, listen, I only came here to confirm my suspicions and whether or not there are really other people here for me, because that changes my actions and how I go about overviewing this world. I also came here because naturally, who wouldn't? However, unlike you fucks, whatever your plans are, I am fully content in this world. It's honestly much better than the other one. I can do whatever the hell I want as long as I restrain myself enough and cover my tracks, don't act stupid. So, personally, I don't really care what you... I mean, we're all taking advantage on a different continent. You both arrived here in Althvinhaim. Dread's over there in Kestriel. I'm off in the northeastern part of Dalheim, and at least that's where my current base of operations is. So...
Actually, that reminds me. Were you following me earlier?
Sylvie thinks, oh, at the training field? Yeah, that was me.
Okay, I thought so.
He said, yeah, no, that wasn't no fucking assassin, if that's what you're thinking.
Apologies if I think that, you know, new presidents.
He smiles,
Yeah,
I suppose
I'm
that's fair.
worried for my life.
Don't worry, I won't JFK you.
Wait, JFK was killed in Texas, oh no.
Sylvius giggles. He says, oh, yeah, so I'm going to be doing whatever the hell I want. I've already got a plethora of powerful demons serving me. We're working together to establish a little, one should say, underground network. Regardless, it's coming along fine. I got a fuck ton of money. So much money. It's great. Also already reached A rank. Also already reached an A rank adventure, which gives me a lot more status as well.
He's gonna start singing like.
Does becoming president allow for a quick jump in rank?
In ranking? I don't know. You have to talk to the guild about that.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Elpis continues in saying, well, yeah, I also, by the way, who the fuck is that drow elf? She was terrifying, to say the least.
Nixxie. Someone you don't want to fuck with. That's all I'm saying.
He is very powerful, I will admit.
She nods, I can tell, definitely. Like, Jesus.
I will admit, I went on my full powerful forms, all three of them.
And he lasted about 5 to 10 seconds.
He then looks at Elpis and says, no longer than you last with your wife, I suppose.
Also longer than both he and Jamal lasted combined, but I digress.
He said they fucked? That's wild.
No.
I disagree with this entirely.
Uh-huh.
I look at Dread and I start activating his socket.
I look at Kylian and I go, I'm sorry, do not tell the truth about people with less than 4 unique skills.
He sighs.
Well,
I'm glad you didn't attack me. I mean, I was kind of curious to see what kind of magic you guys have used. Have you even, he says, speaking of which, what elements do you guys got?
Light and wind.
Are you two telling him? I'm keeping it classified.
yeah, I'm not telling him. He's gonna make me, but like,
He looks at Kylian.
Kylian,
says,
I don't. Yeah,
what are your
Kylian,
elements?
you don't have a choice.
You tell him your elements.
light and
cancels the
earth.
control over you. It's great. Thanks. By the way, I'm assuming you guys have been fucking around with demon magic already. I assume. It's pretty
We
cool.
were going to.
He says, "Oh, you haven't yet." Race magic.
Wait, I believe I do have a spell that I recall is something demonic related. So if I got started before you two somehow, that would be disappointing.
Sure.
Oh, that's right, I do. Okay, it was what was it called?
You missed a bit. You missed a bit.
Yeah, you missed a bit.
You missed it.
Can someone like type out a 1 sentence summary or something?
I'll let Dread do that. I mean, they can all do it actually. I don't care. Yeah, you might have missed like a very important moment. You might have missed a bit of an important moment. Just a bit.
Also, yeah, fun fact, apparently his, like, brainwashing skills don't work on me, so that's pretty pog.
Not yet.
Well, yeah, not yet, but, you know, I'll take the W.
Anyways, yeah. Sylvius is like, well, yes, I said yes. Well, if you had attacked me, I had countermeasures for it, anyways. He then snaps his fingers and says, "You can come out fighting now." You hear someone respond, and you look to your left, and a demon seems to like come out of invisibility. You regard that even like with your like intuition skills, you were completely unable to detect her, which tells you that whatever her concealment ability is, probably pretty high level. A demon walks out with like black hair with mixes of red in it, ruby eyes, and a massive red cloak and big red witch's hat. She carries a massive staff with a catalyst inside of it. You can't really make out what element, as well as a bunch of other regal-esque looking clothing. Asylvius introduces her, saying, "This is one of my subordinates, my current right hand, Veronica. I had her on standby as she can use a plethora of super tier spells, and if I needed her, I could have called upon her just as a bit of a backup. Glad I didn't have to resort to that, though." She bows to you, introducing herself.
Greetings.
Hello.
I must admit, I am completely unsurprised, and I figured something like this would happen somehow, some way.
She smiles, saying that, yes, Sylvius has told me. Sylvius has already told me that he was planning for this.
Not even
You have to bring out the. How many people do you have working for you exactly?
He smiles and says, "It's a trade secret."
Probably in the hundreds, at least. Possibly
Oh no,
thousands.
not that much. I've only been here a few weeks.
Ah, well, you see, I just like to overestimate my foes, just in case.
So that's fair. You see, the thing is there aren't many demons in Althvinhaim in general. There are more so in Zarkon than there are in Basilius, because like I said, Vitidist. However, so I've been slowly bringing the demon community together. However, I still need to figure out how to get to the demon realm so I can actually start a real propaganda campaign to get people on my side. I'm thinking about going to Pandemonia and off advertising to the incubi and succubi there to come work for me in Althvinhaim. I think it would be fun. However, until I can figure out how to actually activate our innate ability to travel between the realms, I'm afraid that's not currently an ability I can use yet, unfortunately.
Do not worry, these two cannot either, I believe.
So once that happens, I'm gonna be recruiting incubi and succubi all across the demon realm, and bring them up to Vasilius, and we'll start a fun little business. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, after all.
I'm pretty sure this can be taken in several different ways, and I do not like each outcome.
He smiles and says, "Don't worry about it."
I'm worrying about it.
Veronica just kind of stares and says, "Sylvius just plans on establishing a little underground empire, one could say."
I don't think
Oh,
it can
Jamal,
stay
you don't
underground
like
that
this.
long.
He says, "Oh yeah, and for now, it's just for the point of, you know, staying hidden for now. Eventually we'll come out from underneath and tear everything to shreds, but can't be too cautious now, can we?"
What do you mean tear everything to shreds?
And he looks at you and says, "I'm in the government, duh."
Every government?
No, just the one we're currently occupying, but if we manage to gain control over all of Dalhaven, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. However, it seems rather unrealistic right now, because that means I'd have to contend with the Fire Dragon Lord, Zarkon, and the Earth Dragon Lord, which I'd rather not
I would
do.
also like to point out, if you step in Castro, I will personally come to meet you, Connor.
He says, "Well, we'll see when that happens." You feel, as Kylian and Elpis kind of both feel the aura of two people who like both consider each other like rivals in a sense, but also two people who acknowledge that if they fought, they don't know who'd win.
yeah, no, me and Connor are just like, yeah, let's just keep talking shit, you know, we don't want to fight, come on, like,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Sylvius then sighs and says, "Oh, Veronica, I'll let you go report back to you-know-who. Cover everything we did today and continue the execution of the first step of our plan." She just nods and then disappears in a second. God, I wish I had her
Why are your
teleportation
subordinates
skills.
so much more helpful than my own?
He looks at him and says, "I don't know." Asylvius kind of mutters to himself, "I wish I had that teleportation skill. I need to figure out how to acquire that already."
Athenos turns to both Kylian and Elpis and just like stares at them expectantly.
What? I have a lesser teleport skill. That's not gonna help.
So,
Yeah.
so what I'm hearing is that even your skills in compared to others are lesser.
I don't know if I could catch him.
Right. Well, assuming that you still have someone on standby in case another attempt was made, although we aren't
He
going
says,
to
"Well,
make
Veronica's
those.
currently my strongest subordinate. After that, would probably be." It's hard to gauge. Most of them are adventurers.
I have a
found.
list of all their names by ranking.
Nixxie says, "Oh yeah, sure. There's fuck. There's you. There's kill. There's yourself. There's
Kylian, I don't know why you didn't expect that.
there's your mom doesn't love you. She laughed in your face in 4th grade when you asked her if she loved you. There's what grade were you assigned to in 5th grade? What school did you forced to go to? There's how many people do you talk to? There's
It surprisingly has
what
one
things
person he
what
talks
things-
to in
there's
this world.
there's you can't forget the C rank. What have you accomplished in your life? There's the other guy, B rank guy, who's you got shot, Lamel, fucking loser. There's the A rank guy. Oh, there's other A rank adventurer who serves me. His name is I made fucking millions. What the fuck were you doing with your life? A bunch of them, really. And Sylvia says while flipping you off the entire time.
Well,
Sure, numerous sound effects to the tune of that whole myriad of conversation.
Sylvia says, "Well, try to stop me if you want to come over to Dalhive. I'm sure you will welcome in my new establishments. However, if you want to try and stop what I'm doing, specifically you, Jamal, I mean, you're welcome to try."
Don't worry, I have a really good plan if I ever wanted to visit. Really good plan.
Oh, wait, you two. Allow me to give you some advice. Even though he
No.
must
I
certainly-
have a really good plan. I'm not gonna take over,
Elpis,
but in case I
Elpis,
ever
if you
run
do
into
not-
a Soviet, I have a really good plan.
Elpis, your plan, whatever it is about to be circumnavigated in 3 seconds. Do not pretend like you have some master strategy that you can bring out, okay? Alright? If I was even just a little bit
But it'll
stronger...
be about 30 to
Sylvia's
40
just
seconds.
Sylvia's like, no, I want to hear. What's this plan of yours, this boy?
Make him tell us all, please. This is
Yeah.
specifically.
He takes control
So
over
there's this guy
Elvis's
named Ren,
mind.
right?
He takes over
There's this guy
Elvis's
named Ren,
mind.
right?
Sylvius nods and says, "Uh-huh."
Will that buy me like 30 seconds?
He says, "Depends. What exactly are you offering here? I'm confused."
I might be offering a person.
He looks at you and says, "Oh! So what exactly is this Ren person then?"
He works at a little cafe, wears a maid dress, somewhat kind of cute a bit.
Sylvius thinks for a second said an elf, right?
that came from the heart.
Yep.
He said, "Okay, yeah, no, that would get you like 40 seconds, I admit."
Okay.
Sylvius is just straight up with it. He's like, "Yeah, no, get you time, I admit. That would get you time. Fair play. Get enough femboys in my face and I suppose I'll ignore you."
Exactly.
Fair enough point, piss boy. Got me there.
Well, I must admit I have a proposal of my own, admittedly.
Sylvia says, "And what would that be, oh, Athenos Dread, President Dread?" He says mockingly.
Well, I don't know if you two have noticed, but these fools are weaker than
Dude, I'm on your side. I will literally stab you.
He said, "Oh,
I doubt
sure,
you could even
sure,
pierce
sure."
his skin.
So what I'm trying to say is that I fought numerous strong opponents and numerous.
He says, "Oh, me too. I killed a couple of Leviathans, a Night Lich."
Yes, exactly. So what I'm saying is right. I've never had a rival before in this world. So let's rival.
And
Yes.
Sylvius asks, "And how would that work?"
Let's see which of us gets stronger. You know, maybe we can have the occasional fight every now and again somewhere. Who knows?
He said, but as long as we both agree that we're still better than these two fucks.
Oh, absolutely. That comes in the that's in the fine print.
Asylvius nods and says, sure, why not? If anything, keeping established communications would make things easier.
I'm glad we could come to a sensible agreement.
Get stronger in my own way. I don't really care.
He looks at you and says, and Asylvius looks at you, and that, my friend, is how you die.
Yes, I do recall a certain someone, and Athenos gets like a bit more serious, saying that you shouldn't get stronger just for the sake of getting stronger now. That's what it sounds like, at least. I hope to be wrong.
I'm getting stronger so I can get home.
Asylvius says, why? So your wife can peg you again?
You know what? That's it. I'm going back to my dorm.
Listen, I broke into your house. When I went to your house that one time, I went through the drawers. I saw the strap on.
Shut the hell up.
It was there.
That was one time.
It was there.
I hate how he doesn't even deny it. He accepts it fully.
He knows he's a bottom. Anyways, yeah, well, if he's gonna head back to his dorm, I have plenty of money. Any of you need cash, by the way? I got a bunch.
I just moonwalk back the fuck.
Decided to come on back.
How much money do you possess?
He said, what amount? By the way, he says, well, I was just messing around, but I'm not giving you any money. You think, okay, when I have my unique skills greed, do you think I'd give you money?
Oh, I just have to last until my first paycheck and then I'm set.
He says, that's fair, I'm waiting for money to start rolling in as well. He says, yeah, well, how's magic training been going for you guys as well? I'm kind of curious about that.
Actually, pretty well, surprisingly.
Yeah, he says, I've been doing a lot, he seems like I've been kind of, as one could say, min-maxing my mana pool.
Oh, how much mana do you have?
Like 2,100.
Ah, impressive.
You should distribute that, you know. Okay.
He said, he looks at sure and raises his hand and starts casting a super tier cosmic spell. Here, have some.
I quickly dodge out of the way.
You dodge out of the way as he casts cosmic requiem on your face. And
I just remember that skill.
Remember that Nixxie used it against you and jumped out of the way as it crashes into the ground and explodes.
Yeah, we all just like dodge out the way.
He says, what, you didn't want to accept my mana?
God, fuck you. No.
He says, I mean, it is mana, isn't it?
You two are.
See, if I had
actually...
mana absorption skill, then absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute, actually, hold on. Connor, could you send one more of those at me, please?
He says, it's got a cooldown time of like 7 minutes. No can do.
Oh, not any other super spells that
he
you
says,
must
oh,
have?
not a different one. He thinks, I don't think so. I got a bunch of, no. I need to get around to super ice spells, but I decided I should learn every single basic and greater ice spell beforehand, which I have now done.
Ah, I see. That's certainly good. By the way, I'll be honest. I must thank you, Jamal, for like revealing to me that he does have cosmic and ice affinities.
So if you says, I was gonna tell you regardless. I can just figure out what you have via the guild.
Yeah, that's also fair. This is quicker. This is more effective.
So obvious not, I suppose. Ice magic is a lot of fun. You just like stab through people's hearts.
Wait, seriously?
Well, I mean, yeah, ice magic's got like this whole piercing power to it. Also, he reveals his necklace, which you would know is like the most beautiful necklace you've ever seen. He's like, yeah, this fucking thing cost me like 300 gold, but it was pretty damn worth it. It like doubles the size of my ice projectiles and a bunch of other shit. It's crazy.
Damn.
Ah, yes, you steal from bandits and the like, if I recall.
He said, no, I stole 325 gold coins from a group of bandits, and then bought this necklace for 300 gold.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah. He said, hey, I mean, like, he looks at Jamal and says, you don't have a problem with robbing bandits, do you? Huh? Oh, champion of justice.
Althvinhaim just like slightly stiffens up at that title.
Ah, shit, we do have our final training with Nixxie tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Jamal just not responding.
Okay.
What time is it now? Hold on.
Probably like 6:30.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Sylvia says yes. Well, you two. I still don't know. Why would you sign up for training with her? She seems like she would kill you in a second. But, I mean, she can.
He has.
I would like to point out
I suppose if her
again-
trading is that good, I guess it's fair, but...
I would like to point out again that somehow these two combined with her training did manage to beat me, so that's why I'm here.
He laughs and says, that doesn't surprise me.
It had to work to get to where I started, though. That's very unfortunate for them.
He
Must
says,
admit.
well, since I'm making a trip here, I suppose, since I've made the effort to come here, I suppose I can, I might as well watch this next, you said one more day? I might as well watch that session. I'm curious to see what exactly happened.
Oh, I'm sorry, the fuck? Don't you have, like, underworld shit to do?
You said, well, yes, but I also have some more to do to take care of that for me.
I mean, I suppose he could come along. Although, if she asks, we are currently under the guise that we were all friends in this world from childhood. So
So we kind of
I
nods, yeah,
suppose.
I assume so.
I suppose you could be my old rival then, quote unquote.
Sylvia smiles and says, yeah, that's true. Well,
Alrighty,
She
let's
does have a
go.
lie detection skill, apparently. I think she has mentioned that before to me and Kylian.
Just don't speak.
I mean, would it be a lie? Would it?
I don't know. Actually, yeah.
It's not.
guess
It's more.
so.
It's more like an omission.
Yeah.
A half-truth, maybe?
Yeah, just no mission of fact. Anyways, yeah, I got my own place to stay. I'm going to go back in there with Veronica. We're going to handle some more affairs. And then, yes, let you three do what you want. And once this is over, I'm probably going to head back to Asylvius. But if you like, I can leave one of my, especially since you are a president now, Dread, I could leave one of my subordinates with you to establish communications between us.
Yes, I suppose we could establish an embassy of sorts.
He nods. He says, well,
Alright,
it's getting a
son.
bit late, so I can get back to my thing.
This goes against so many of my ideals, but it's a price I'm willing to pay for now.
Your secretary might be a little pissed at you. Dread. Probably. Maybe.
Oh, most likely. I'd imagine this is more of an underground embassy now.
Sylvia nods, says, I don't really need an embassy. I have ways of fast communication between my subordinates, so...
Very well then. I'll accept this offer for now. Athanos looks like he just like swallowed a rock when he said that.
Even Sylvia smiles, glad that things went smoothly, and said, "Well, I'll leave. Once you return to the Human Alliance, I'm sure he'll already be there and he'll introduce himself to you."
Very well.
So
we'll
now,
wait.
it's getting a bit late, and considering how weary you fucks look, I'd recommend probably getting some sleep.
I'm gonna go meditate before I sleep.
Sylvius waves goodbye before disappearing back into one of the alleyways.
Namaste, Athanos says, and then he just like starts heading back to the inn.
As you all walk back...
Okay.
Yeah, continue.
I don't think we're safe anymore.
Well, you two aren't.
Oh, I might be dead, actually, now thinking about it. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that to you, Dread, at all. I mentioned it to Kylian. I thought of associate's name Alania, and then pried her of information about me telling her about another world. That's why I was a bit worried.
So, in that case, why did you mention this to Alania? Alania wouldn't be anyone we knew, right?
No.
Mostly because she had a lot of information about this world. Like, a lot.
Yes. However,
Also, how
why?
unique skills and apex skills work.
Apex skills.
Oh, you don't know about that. Yeah, our abilities, our unique abilities, can have the chance to evolve into apex skills. Either being blessed by a god or getting strong enough. That's how people become supreme entities.
Ah. Well then, I suppose I have something to aim for now. Specific.
Apparently, also, Nixxie has some
Cool.
information about it too, apparently saying that there's some skills that can evolve. Apparently, one of my skills are. Apparently, I have one of those skills.
At least one.
At least she assumes.
said.
Yeah, at least one.
At least one. I somehow
At
doubt
least
that's
one.
going to be happening anytime soon, but if you so insist.
What better time for them to be drawn out than the actual fight tomorrow?
That is true. Perhaps I have some legendary apex skill that just appears out of nothing.
Anything, your warp, anything, that skill you have that goes berserk could be one of them. Depends.
If that levels up, we're dead. If that levels up, we're gone. Elpis.
If anything,
We're
if any,
specking on the map.
unique skill leveled up, you're gone.
Yeah, if any of my unique skills leveled up, you're dead. You're gone. You're done. Sister.
No, no,
But he's immediately on the Supreme Entities chart. It's over.
This is boost up like 15, he's like top 5. Just for that one skill.
I'm not
Fucking
gonna lie.
challenge
I'm
Celestia.
actually curious what like an apex skill with Warpath would be. That is pretty interesting. But anyways, let's go back home and
Oh.
sleep. Contemplate.
Yeah, she also mentioned that some of the summons from this world mimics our animals and gods. Mostly,
Well,
the-
I
I
think-
think notice there are quite a few animals that are similar from our world. Although I'm
Then-
definitely sure the naming isn't quite right.
and then this god named Daedalus apparently appeared 4,000 years ago, creating this world and its magic.
Not
So he
even- not
appeared
even
into our
close.
world.
Not even,
Huh?
not even close. That was
4,000
the
years,
most,
right?
That was the most horrible butchering of Althvinhaim facts that I have ever heard
It was.
in my entire life.
Yeah, no,
that
that's just me
hurt
being stupid, not even
to
tired.
listen
It's in the
to.
morning. I have no excuse for that shit.
Oh my god, that hurt to listen to. Okay, not only is the
It
world
really did.
5,000 years ago, but the world itself
4,000. You
was
said
made,
I heard 4,000
but
at
the
first.
world itself
I
was
swear it
made
was
by
4,000.
Nile. Magic
Sorry,
was
my
made
brain-
by
hold on.
Seraphiel. And the world is 5,000. That was the most horrendous butchering of fact that I have ever heard. Oh my god.
I can't believe this. He just told me bullshit.
He just lied to
Good.
you.
Was
I
just
lied to your
lying
face.
Just
you.
keep going.
I lied
yeah,
to your
you have to
face.
continue with this
Fuck
because
you.
you don't canonically
You have to
remember,
continue
so
that
you're just
lie.
gonna have to fucking
Yeah, I don't canonically remember shit.
keep going anyways.
Wait, didn't I swear? Wait, are you deleting our memories too?
Yes, I have been going around doing that.
Okay, I was about to say. Okay. Yeah, then canonically, yeah, that would make sense actually. I just outright forgot.
I'm about to meet Daedalus and spit like the most gibberish you've ever heard.
Who the fuck told you that? And he's like, who the fuck told you that,
Yeah,
an idiot?
You begin to leave the alleyways as you walk and talk, butchering to your aims. You all kind of contemplate Asylvius' existence here, and regard that someone like him, being given the powers you were granted, is like by far the worst person of your friend group who could have like achieved this. You recall like many moments of when he talked about how the only thing that ever really stopped him from doing worse shit was the fact that he didn't think he'd get away with it against the law, and regard all the things he said about what he would do if he had more power and influence over the world. And like at the time it was all jokes and shit because he never actually did anything bad, but you realize that now he has that capability.
Asylvius might become a problem later on, but I don't think we should approach it at all. Well, I mean, you can
me
train
and
if you
you
want
can.
to.
I've
Dred's the only one who
already
can.
come up with a deal.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Did you not hear me when we were discussing information?
I did. That's damn.
I've established a sort of rivalry with him, I suppose.
Yeah, so I can't really. If he's in trouble, then you might, pop in, trying to help him maybe? Or are you just absolutely gonna let him get screwed over?
Well, I don't believe I would be allowed to help with his more criminal activities, me personally.
Which there will be a lot of.
Now, when it comes to fighting and sparring and dueling, now that I've done not only as a means of keeping me up to snuff and strong enough to counter him, but also to keep an eye on him. Although the same probably works true for him, so.
Yes, that's fair. Alright
I mean,
then.
He's trying to create an organization, a secret one, that spans, at least from our knowledge, a nation, if not more now, as it's starting to send people to contact you and keep connection in Dalhaven. Or sorry, Castriel.
Did you just
We
say
gotta-
my nation is in Dalhaven?
My bad.
I'm not sure if I trust information coming from either of you now.
It was a misspoken word.
Simple.
But
Anyways, I'm gonna go back and meditate before going to bed.
Oh,
You
you're
know,
not going
okay.
to elaborate on those apex skills that you mentioned.
Yeah,
I told you everything I knew. Basically,
Everything you do.
oh yeah, one more thing. The names are apparently a clue to what we need to do.
Aha! Now you see, that's important. It would have been nice to know in your explanation. Good thing I
Sorry.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the level of a dark awakening, I gotta wake up when it's dark outside. I got.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yes,
I don't think that.
I imagine to awaken my unique skill wrath, I would have to be really angry. I'm not
I mean,
looking
I would
Yeah, you just have to
imagine.
be pissed.
Yes, I'm not.
You would
I'm not
literally
looking
have to have
forward
a Super
that.
Saiyan moment. You would have to have probably watch someone important to you die.
I volunteer
I'm not-
Isn't
Elpis.
that crazy?
Fuck you.
Elvis, I swear.
You gotta
I
watch
do
someone
not want to
important.
be. I do not want to be like Sasuke, getting all this
Watch,
like
has
power
to watch
for
Luna
trauma.
die in front of him.
I do not want this.
No, I mean, here's the thing.
And then there's just a huge clash between powers.
I don't really know what sloth entails to me, but patience is maybe something I could go off of a bit.
Call me wild, but I do not think you're the most patient individual I've met.
That's wild.
Proceeds to go meditate every 3 seconds.
Also spams patient as a virtue every 2 seconds.
That is, yeah, no, that's his one skill. Oh wait, sorry, one of two. My bad.
Yeah, 1 of 2. Anyways, yeah, you
Okay.
all eventually
God's
return
room
to-
right now isn't really working for me due to the fact that I'm not that powerful at the moment.
Nerd.
Yeah, eventually you all return to your inns after waving goodbye to each other. Elpis returns to his own room. It's around 7. What do you want to do?
Probably eat and then meditate before I go to bed.
You eat some dinner and meditate for say 4 hours. We'll say 4 hours, raising your mana pool by 35 before going to sleep. Meanwhile, Dread and Jamal both return to their own to Jamal's room.
Wait, how much? How much did I raise it to?
35.
I would like to do the same as Elvis for one.
You eat dinner and raise your mana level by 35 as well, meditating for 4 hours before going to sleep.
Me thinking to myself,
Pretty-
actually I should just do the same thing. So I'm just gonna eat and then raise my mana level as well.
You do the same.
1,330 mana.
35. You all wake up, eventually going to sleep around 11, you will wake up around 8.
It is.
Alright, I decide to go to the Kylian's inn and eat.
What the fuck do you mean this application doesn't respond? God damn it.
2 hours
Nixxie.
left. Get
I gotta
away.
go grab another fucking mirror, but you gotta be kidding me. You continue, Laura. So you fly over to their inn, and you walk inside. You grabbed your breakfast, and as you walk down, both of them are already woken up and are eating breakfast.
Alright, yeah, I guess I also will go eat breakfast in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, Elpis walks into your inn as you and Jamal are eating breakfast.
Alright. What's up? Final day.
Yes, good morning, dude.
Not looking forward to the day.
Oh, we don't have a choice. This is our final. Probably our final
Again,
training.
Son of
speak
a
for yourself.
bitch.
I'm looking very
Did say we
forward.
could leave.
I think the Nerobot broke. This is unfortunate.
Dang, that's so unfortunate.
No epic anime battle music. God damn it.
We'll see, we'll see.
I can like
Well,
try to look something up and then like just stream it on YouTube. I don't
No,
know.
it's fine. I'll see if I can. I'll just run. I'm gonna run through all the Nerobots.
Fair.
You're about 4, you're about 5, you're about 6,
there's
you're about
10
1.
of them. One of them might work. Anyways, keep going. You just like you're in the inn together. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
You
By the way, we should probably also get. We should probably, yeah. By the way, before you leave, we should probably, or leave this, well, city. We should probably, get the race books and then be on our way then. Before we leave, before you leave.
Right, yes, well, I'm going to be switching up what I'm doing today. You see, I will be looking for more information on these. I believe you mentioned Apex and what was it, race spells, race skills?
Race spells.
Yep, Apex and race. Yeah, race spells. Sorry, brain.
Alright, I will look for some information on these upgraded unique skills and race magic. That sounds very interesting.
Seems powerful indeed too.
They
Who knows? I
yeah,
might
yeah.
join you on that.
Apparently, yeah, Nerobot keeps getting like global rate limited by Discord every once in a while,
Bruh.
which is really annoying.
Yes, Jamal,
So how long do you think it'll
time to
take?
resurrect the Roman Emperor.
You're not one of them, Jeff.
Yeah. Anyways, you deciding for the final day of training, you all then head on over to the training field.
Instead of meditating like these two, I just decided to like start doing some dagger practice. Let's get
Yeah, no, I'm practicing now. The meditation. We're gonna fight Nixxie.
You begin practicing with your weapon, preparing to fight. About around 9, Asylvius just appears behind you all, stretching casually out of fucking nowhere. He says, "It looks like you guys are getting in on your training."
Yes, I'm.
Yeah,
Big day ahead of
obviously.
Possibly.
Have you actually? You probably have been training. Have you been training your weapon?
He pulls out a massive fucking polearm about like 5 inches taller than him. Says, you could say. He's about as elaborate as Nixxie's, you note to yourself.
Yeah.
Polearm, that's a very interesting weapon choice.
He cuts through a few dummies casually with an actually pretty good amount of precision, you note to yourself. Despite having like no training, especially compared to like Nixxie's whole thing.
I'm just thinking weapon mastery.
I'm the only one here with
I'm just
short
thinking
range
weapon
weapons.
mastery.
That's so obvious. Well, I decided for a polearm because the ice magic weapon Fractal is also a polearm, and so I figured it would benefit me to learn that weapon.
That's fair.
I have a different way of learning the elemental weapons. Yes.
Fair enough.
Have you paid for the lesson?
I'd have incorporated Nixie's training into my elemental weapon.
Because you don't use it. Anyways, yeah, you talk for a bit, and then after an hour, Nixxie shows up. She screams.
I mean, we haven't had the most.
You're Nixxie
God.
screaming, "Hey, fuck faces! Ready for the final day?" The Sylvia's just kind of snickers. I like her already.
Oh, of course you would.
You walk up to her.
All right.
Yeah, you all three of you walk up to her. The Sylvia's kind of following. She notices him and kind of asks, "Oh, and who is this?" The Sylvius introduces himself with a bow and a very an elegant bow. Clearly, he's practiced courtesy, which doesn't surprise any of you. He introduces himself, saying that he's he's a friend of these three, and that he had recently come and stopped by and visit. After she said, oh, so it's like the same thing about Athenos here, how he came over here. Sylvius nods.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
that
an
is
old
correct.
rival of mine.
She kind of just looks at him, like trying to analyze like his person. She just looks at him, shrugs, and says, "Well, if you want to watch, you're welcome to. Which I assume is what you're here for." He says, "Yep, I want to see you kick the shit out of these dumbasses." She smiles and says, "Well, then you're in for a treat." Before you start, Sylvius also asks, "By the way, I've heard you teach the spear." She says, "Yes, I've been teaching these two idiots, mentioning to Kylian and Elpis how to use the spear. They're okay." Sylvius kind of just nods to himself, saying, "Interesting. Okay."
I must admit I'm better with my daggers when against these two.
Sylvius nods to himself, says, "Well, I'm gonna step over here and just kind of, watch this training session of yours." Nixxie just kind of nods. As soon as Sylvius walks away, Nixxie kind of says, "Interesting friend of yours. How the hell are you guys all meet anyways? Like, you're such different characters."
Well, you see, originally, when me and Asylvius first met, we were respectful towards each other, and then we got to know each other, and then we started to, how should I say this, become real rivals.
He says, "Rival. Interesting." She starts to smile evilly. Anyway, she says, "Regardless, today is your final day of training." She says, "So, so you said this training is going to be not as long. It's only going to be 2 hours. However, for the first hour and 55 minutes is going to be all preparing you for the fight at the end. And I hope you fucks are ready for that."
Well, I'm very much looking forward to that fight.
Yeah. She orders you to all first start by doing a bunch of different exercises. You run through all of them, different warm-ups, different exercises, different laps, that strain out your entire body for 30 minutes. Sylvius watches with delight the entire time, watching you all fucking struggle immensely.
Why don't you join us?
He looks at you and says, "No, I like to keep my pretty face, thank you." You continue doing it, and after 30 minutes, you're all extremely tired and worn out. She then tells you all to get the fuck up, that they're not done yet, of which you comply. You continue to do grueling exercises for the next 30 minutes. You think this is more intense than anything you've done so far. In fact, at one point, Elpis just like collapses on the ground, but Kylian just kicks him up until he complies.
Wait, Elpis collapses before Kylian? Something isn't
The
right.
fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly, reasonably, I should be the one to have a little bit more stamina than
and
him.
Kylian also collapses as well, we'll say. And also has to get kicked up. Athenos, meanwhile, is like hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, am I like at the moment where I'm just like me before I fought that Steel Titan?
Yeah. After
That's
an
fair
hour,
enough.
he gives you a
Yeah.
5-minute break and some water and says, "Alright, back to it. No potions whatsoever." You continue to run for 30 minutes. Not run, but like do exercises for 30 minutes. Back, forth, back, forth. It's a bunch of spear training, bunch of dagger training, bunch of practicing. She makes you do this monumental amount of practice and exercises, and it is fucking hilarious. Sylvius is just snickering so badly the entire time. And he just screams out to you every once in a while, "You guys look like you're having fun."
Why?
It's not fun.
After eventually, what feels like literal years, the hour and 55 ends, and you all are like asking. You're basically all pleading for death at this point.
I tried spamming my Daoshanata skill, struggling to see if it
Doesn't
will do
work.
anything for me.
As you all
Yeah.
on the ground, she says, "Alright, good warm-up." She says, "Now time for the fight." She throws you all a greater tier fatigue potions, and you all chug them down like you haven't had water in like a week.
Gulp, 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 gulp,
The
gulp.
feeling within you is like literally the definition of euphoria. Like, You gain feeling in your entire body. The fatigue goes away, and it's like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, Athenos inside right now is just like, woo!
Yeah, literally.
What?
Asylvius kind of walked up to you guys after you're done saying, "Oh, she was pretty impressive. I'm surprised you all didn't fucking die."
Well, some have stronger willpower than others.
Nixxie then looks at Asylvius like, "Well, if you're welcome, you can welcome to try if you want." And Asylvius kind of shakes his head and says, "No, I'm good."
Elvis, you're a bitch if you don't.
Elpis says, Asylvius then looks at Elpis and says, "Kneel." You fall to your ground, and Asylvius looks at you and says, "Say, I'm a little bitch boy that likes getting pegged by my wife," and you comply.
I'm a little bitch boy that likes being pegged by my wife.
He then releases him from your control, and Nixxie is suddenly a lot more intrigued. She says, "Oh, now that's a handy skill right there." He said, "And to be able to control."
It was one time!
Nixxie then
With one time, Asylvius.
Nixxie then smirks at Asylvius and says, "Then to be able to control someone who has 3 unique skills, you must be pretty powerful." She seems much more intrigued.
I will
now.
like to interject. He can only do that to those who have less unique skills than him, so not me.
Nixxie nods and says, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's how a lot of skills work."
Yeah.
She says, "Still." She stares at Asylvius for a bit while he just kind of smirks, like smugly, like a fucking bitch he is. Anyways, so she says, "All right, well now that we all have warmed up, you ready for the mock battle?" She says.
Not particularly.
I am fully prepared to be mocked as I battle, yes.
Yeah, why not?
He says,
Are we using skills or no?
He says, "Oh, you can use whatever you want."
Ah, thank
I
fuck.
do not like those sets of rules. Those are far more beneficial for her than us.
Alright. When do we start?
He says, "Well, first we need to head out to the plains." Which is, at this point, you get PTSD and you have to go to the plains, I feel like.
Let's go. I did just dash there. Just aiming to get there
Athenos
first.
just slightly better because he is basically a battle junkie at this point.
Yeah.
You all fly out to the fields and meet with Nixxie. You find an open spot in the plains. When she looks at all 3 of you and says, "Now then, you all ready?"
Of course.
I equip my pole arm. Alright. Ready as I'll ever be then.
we get ready, boys. Tonight we're free.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Take one for the team, Kylian.
No.
I don't know about these 2, but
My aim is off limit.
She looks at you and says,
Okay, we got this.
He looks at you and says, "Actually, you know what? How about I make this a bit more interesting?" She says. Just a bit, she says.
I have a bad feeling about what she's about to do.
She looks at you and says, "Instead of a 3v1, she motions over to us, so how about a 3v2? I think that'd be more
I
fun."
fucking knew it.
I thought he was gonna join us, but yeah, that makes sense too.
Asylvius' tail kind of perks up, and he was like normally lounging on a tree earlier. He's like, "Oh, well, that sounds fun." He says, "Of course, I won't use my."
Are you kidding?
He says, "And I also won't use my manipulator because, not that fun, admittedly. Because I could just force you all to the ground in an instant. Well, force you 2 down to the ground." Nixxie nods and says, "Yeah, it's more sportsmanlike like that, and it's more fun to earnestly kick the shit out of them. Wouldn't you agree?" Asylvius nods, and both Kylian and Elpis hate how well they're hitting it off.
Okay. Can I start trying to read what kind of skills are with curiosity?
Unfortunately, there won't be any battle music. However, if I will play some on my end, and so if you want to watch the VOD, they'll have it.
Editor's note: lucky you guys. Enjoy the fight.
We find a good music for it.
Did I not expect it?
We just all play on our end.
So Jamal, Elpis, you guys are gonna be fighting Nixxie while
If
I
you guys
play
also want to play battle music on your end, just like just to make it the.
That's not a bad strategy, actually.
Oh, I've got
Because you
limit
and
break
Connor
and survivor.
cancel out. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm thinking.
Although
ahead.
me and Elvis and Nixie don't, but we can try to live, you know, until you either win or lose against Connor.
Anyways, yes, okay. Asylvius walks over on Nixie's side and just kind of does his little fucking idle animation pose where he just kind of hovers back and forth staring at you. Asylvius kind of has an idle
Dang, I need my own idle animation pose.
real good. Yeah, alright.
Dread's idle animation. Dread's idle animation pose is just him like posing like Beerus or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, she says, alright, so any skills, any magic allowed. Do whatever you want. She says, you can do whatever you want. She says, the battle ends whenever someone's incapacitated or she gives up. Now then.
Wait, give me a sec. We need to get we gotta get the Fortnite knock sound effects.
Real.
Okay.
No, anyways, let's just get started. Because we only have about an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Nixxie says, alright, now then, your final day of training. Survive this and you'll pass my master class, and there won't be much else I can really teach you. Are you all ready?
As I'll ever be, but not Elpis Vex because he's currently deafened on Discord.
Holy shit!
Yeah, are we gonna have to do a 2v2?
No. Fine. I just gotta play battle music now. Alright, keep going,
Okay,
keep going.
Anyways, yeah, she looks at you and says, yes. So if you complete this, you complete my master class. Are you all ready?
As I'll ever be.
Good.
Yep, ready as I'll ever be, apparently.
She turns to Asylvius and whispers something in his ear that none of you can hear. She says, alright, let's do this. First, immediately, Nixxie casts tectonic rupture and casts herself 60 meters into the sky as Asylvius also ascends to follow her. She then casts Meteor Falls before you can do anything, and as her first move, meteors begin raining from the sky.
I'll take care of some of the meteors.
Yeah, I fly up and try to take care of it as well.
Yeah, I'll fly up and dodge the meteors. I'll let these two work on it.
You fly towards the meteors, and as Kylian flies, you suddenly sense something from your left. Asylvius flies at a speed you did not expect him to be able to move at, as its polearm comes straight for your head.
I quickly use Dark Fog to try to like save myself from getting instantly skewered.
You get back up, and Asylvius mutters to himself, "These buffs Nixxie gave me are pretty fun." He says while spinning towards you at a speed at almost double the speed he was moving at when you met him first.
I use Eclipse to try to drown him into darkness and throw my spear with telekinesis at him.
You drown your spear in darkness and cloud him. However, stone wall appears and covers him as your spear slams into it. And you see Nixxie still casting magic. Meanwhile, Elpis continues to fly into the sky, cutting through a few of the meteors as Dred does the same, but with more difficulty because he has daggers. Nixxie then begins to shoot basic and greater earth spells at you as they fly towards you.
I use Reflect.
You use Reflect and begin reflecting them as some of your mana pool gets drained for it. Sylvia steps in the way and cuts through all the earth magic. He then flies towards Elpis, who seems to be the one most efficient at destroying the meteors.
I activate, I'll activate, why not Prismatica Greater, and I start shooting at Connor.
You activate Prismatica Greater, and you begin shooting at him. He then puts his spear away and activates Fractal Greater and begins spinning it, creating a shield of ice to protect him from the beam. He begins flying towards you with the greater ice weapon, and begins throwing icicles at you using it.
I decided to put my spear away using Ariane.
You put your spear away and drawing Ariane Greater and begins flying towards Asylvius as well.
Well, these two are fighting Asylvius. I'm gonna go. Athos is gonna go and try and like shoot at for gun for Nixxie.
You begin flying towards Nixxie with your daggers, dodging meteors along the way. Asylvius rapidly approaches Kylian as he continues to basically absorb the beam from Prismatica using Fractal Greater.
I quickly try to come up with another plan. Realizing that he's getting closer to me, I try to fly up, trying to avoid him basically.
You fly up, dodging him with Fractal as he continues to ascend up faster. He doesn't seem to end his assault, and you notice there's something in his eyes that seems to be, like, chasing after you specifically.
I try to learn about what he's doing currently.
You activate your analyzing skill, and note that this is his advanced skill obsession. It allows him to lock on to one target, and it massively increases his power and his understanding of what to do and your movements and abilities.
Aw, fun.
Alright,
I tried
Okay,
to
I decided
cut down on it.
I decided to throw one of my RNA.
You throw one of your RNA at Asylvius, and he's forced to block it with Fractal. You activate Shutdown, and it shuts down Obsession temporarily. Realizing this, he backs up before casting Icicle Barrage at you, throwing 5 icicles straight towards your face.
I quickly use Silver Skies to block them with my metal.
You activate Silver Skies, however, the icicles severely damage you. You recall what he told you about that really powerful magic necklace he bought. Your wings begin to freeze up. Well, not freeze up, like, but they start to get, like, colder. You are now slower flying for a bit.
Okay, I land back to the ground just to regain, like, I guess, like, my
You
stamina.
land to the ground as the meteors still fall in the sky towards you.
I use telekinesis and start throwing my spear up, trying to hit each meteor at the center.
As you deal with the meteors, Athenos continues to ascend towards Nixxie. Nixxie looks at him and says, "Challenging me solo, are you?"
Well, this has always been the plan, I suppose.
She pulls out her polearm and casts casts avalanche at you, throwing 5 stone boulders at you.
Alright, so then Athenos takes his daggers and he cuts them off.
You cut through the boulders as she then jumps off her pedestal and begins charging towards you with her polearm.
Alright.
Sylvius continues to back
decide
up as you attempt to. Sylvius continues to back up as Elpis is forced back as well. He flies towards Nixxie and Athenos clash in the sky as their polearm clashes. You're kind of curious as to what she's doing. However, Sylvius flies over her, grabbing her hand while she's mid-air, tossing her up as she uses his hand to boost off with her own foot and launching back towards Athenos from behind him with her polearm.
I decide to quickly try to use one of my wind spells to get close to Athenos.
You activate Jet Boost and boost rapidly towards them. You manage
Wait,
to
hold on, guys, please.
Well, okay, now that Jed's getting attacked, what should we do, Elvis?
Well, I'm covering for his ass.
Yeah.
Alright, yes, so thank you, sorry for that interruption.
Yes, yes. The first thing, as Elpis rapidly pushes forward with jet propulsion, he manages to stop Nixxie's attack before she hits Athenos. Meanwhile, Kylian's wings have unfroze. The first thing Athenos notices, he kind of starts asking to himself, frustrated, how the hell did these two get so coordinated in just 5 seconds of deliberation? Blocking Nixxie's attack, Asylvius flies up and grabs her arm, and then spins her towards Elpis, throwing her towards him as she readies her polearm again for another strike.
Oh shoot, okay. I decide to use Gust with Daze to, unfocus her.
Use Gust with Daze and stun her, however, Asylvius casts Lesser Icicle Barrage, forcing him to act defensive, as he grabs Nixxie, and they fly back up on top of the tectonic rampart.
Yeah, I activate my advanced skills, Grace of Thy Worm and Winged Metamorphosis, as I fly towards Elpis to help him out.
You activate.
I also start to turn the battle.
Kylian begins ascending into the sky. Dread activates Wing Metamorphosis and Grace of Thy Worm, and you all recuperate as Meteor Falls ends. Asylvius then casts. Asylvius then casts. Hold on. Yeah, Asylvius then casts Wrath of Ice. And a bunch of ice, like basically fractals of ice, begin flying towards you.
Oh shoot. Man. I decide to try and dodge that as a way of cutting the fractals.
You dodge, continue to cut through the fractals as you all three of you begin flying towards Nixxie from all angles.
Yeah, so while that happens, with my allies by my side this time, I activate advanced skill People Savior. And also, if I can, my unique ability Champion's All.
You can activate Champion's Aura to protect yourself. However, People Savior does not work because it's only in mock battle.
Okay, alright, fair. So then, I go for Nixxie now.
You all fly towards Nixxie. As you continue to dodge Asylvius' ice spells, You go through her, and eventually all try to attack her. However, as you begin to approach, they look surprised. However, you close a few of these spells. They both smile at you suddenly, and as you all go in to attack Nixxie, she smiles, and she cancels Tectonic Rampart, and the pillar they were standing on suddenly disappears, and you all go in to attack her. However, Asylvius basically flips himself upside down, and as you strike at them, they press, Asylvius and Nixxie press their feet together, boosting off of each other mid-air, up and down, as you all miss your attack and then face towards you that are now above and below you, as Asylvius casts Aurora Beam and Nixxie casts Avalanche.
Okay, so in this moment, I would put my daggers away, holding one hand out to both attacks as I like remain stationary to use my.
I decide to grab Kylian and put him into my pocket dimension along with me, and hopefully.
Yeah. Activating activating your unique ability Praetor's Path, you absorb both attacks, and your mana pool increases by about, we'll say 350. Well, not mana pool, but you gain 350 mana.
Alrighty.
Asylvius seems annoyed by this, and he then grabs Nixxie as they fly into the sky, and Nixxie then casts Tectonic Elevation again, regaining her pillar.
Get me out of this room!
Alright, I send me and Kylian out the room.
Regain it. Okay, I say we all three approach them again. This time, I guess like maybe we can use.
Well, does anyone else want to take on Asylvius? Because I feel like he's gonna be a problem.
I mean, I
maybe
me
and
be able to.
Yeah, me and Elpis will double team.
We're going to be double teaming the Asylvius, and I'll take the other way around.
Yeah.
You all begin to fly towards Asylvius. He also flies towards you, Fractal Greater. You attempt to counter him, but he's able to protect himself from both your attacks equally while throwing basic ice spells at you. Meanwhile, Athenos continues to fly towards Nixxie, and she says, taking out Lone is not going to end any different, you know.
No, it won't, but I have full faith in my friends, my comrades, that they will succeed.
As you both surround Asylvius, he appears to be like more on the defensive. What do you do?
Realizing that
I decide to charge at him at his right side, then swing at his left, and around, and then swing at his right.
I just try to flurry him, you know, stick with the basics.
Okay. You attempt to charge up the defensive, however he smiles. He looks at you all with a grin and says, gotcha. He then casts the demonic spell Havoc Thunder, as multiple red portals appear around him, and bolts of demonic lightning begin shooting out in literally all directions. They strike you in the chest and on the arms, knocking you back, and you're forced to defend it with your spears. With taking the advantage, he then charges at Elpis, activating Obsession once more, and attacking at him with his polearm.
I try looking for an opening with Asylvius attacking me, parry the attack.
You try to look for an opening, however his attacks are way too fluid thanks to Obsession, and he's able to literally read through all your movements and gives you no chance for an opening.
Alright, we're reading people? Alright then, bad. I use Let the Wind Guide Me.
You cast the spell and Let the Wind Guide Me and are able to more balance yourself with him. However, it's still barely enough to match with Obsession.
I use Eclipse to basically remove Elpis from the picture so he doesn't know where to swing.
Meanwhile,
you use Eclipse to remove Elpis from Asylvius' view, and he momentarily he's understanding what your skill is doing, and just ascends up into the sky to dodge whatever's happening while waiting for Eclipse to end. Meanwhile, with Dread.
Oh, I decide. Oh, wait, hold on.
So basically, obviously, I'm stalling Nixxie, so I activate Foresight, and then I use my I use my Greater Dark Magic spell Void Rain to create like a little bit of an atmosphere around us of acidic clouds.
You activate Void Rain starts raining on Nixxie.
After doing that, you know, while she's hopefully distracted by like avoiding or getting out of it or something, I use Void's Heart and I start sending the matter of the void at her.
You activate Void's Heart and start throwing them at her. However, she's able to dodge them pretty easily thanks to a few of her skills. She then looks towards you and begins charging towards you in the sky, jumping off her pillar to attack you. She then activates
Okay.
advanced skill double-edged sword and throws them both at you.
I counter with my own double-edged sword.
You summon your own double-edged swords. They clash in the sky, dispelling. Well, I guess it's canceling each other.
All right, and then I meet her midair, and then I like try and get under her guard, as I was training for. Although in the air, it's a bit difficult.
Trying to get under her guard, you try to get through Nixxie's defenses. However, you don't succeed. However, you manage to clash, and you manage to like knock her back a bit. She flies backwards and kind of aims her trajectory and lands in the midst of Asylvius fighting Elpis. Asylvius grabs her and spins in a 360 spin, like clockwise, throwing her back up as she flies back onto her platform. This whole time, all three of you can't help but wonder how, like, it must be some skill, because there's no way they are this coordinated after literally meeting each other like an hour ago.
I try to learn of the skill they're using with, again, like curiosity. They've been using it long enough.
You activate curiosity to see what it is, and although you're not able to know exactly what the skill does, you are able to discern two of Nixxie's skills. There, one of the skill that Nixxie is using to benefit them, the unique skill of Drow Elf Commander.
I try to use shutdown on it if I
I
can.
think you can use an advanced skill to shut down a unique skill.
Okay, that's fair. No,
I decide to take Nixxie down from her little high horse by using Black Beam to try and like destroy the.
You cast the unique spell Black Beam, and she responds with You cast Black Beam, and she responds with Meteor Strike. There's a two clash in the sky. She then activates Geomancy and begins throwing them at you. Meanwhile, Asylvius continues to. As Asylvius heads to the sky, Eclipse kind of ends quickly, and noticing Elpis, not wanting to lose his obsession bonus, continues to fly towards Elpis with his fractal.
Wait, is fractal a basic or greater skill?
It's greater.
Alright, I decided to sacrifice a little bit more of my mana and use Reflect.
It's a weapon.
Temporarily. It's a weapon? Okay.
I set that
All
at
right,
the very beginning.
Alright, I use my halberd hatchet to try catching it, burying it.
You counter her attack with your halberd. However, he reads your movements thanks to obsession and gets underneath you and cuts through your chest. Blood starts forming around your chest as you feel a cut right through your chest. He continues to advance, and if nothing is done about it, you'll probably end up getting overtaken.
I rush towards him and use Blight of the Stars super spell to try to basically take Asylvius' attention.
You're aware that thing has quite a long charge time, right?
Alright.
As you know.
Its charge time is NA.
Oh, for which one?
For Blight of the Stars.
Hold on. Apparently it is. Okay. You activate Blight of the Stars and summon a 4-pointed triangle star made of light magic. You begin throwing it at Asylvius, and he's forced to block. However, because of the superior spell, it shatters Fractal. Realizing this, he can't keep up the offensive on Elpis and flies up towards Nixxie. You continue to throw the fractals at him, and he tries to throw some spells at you, but you manage to dispel them using Blade of the Stars. He seems infuriated, and you reach Nixxie, and yeah, he seems infuriated, and is forced to retreat and take a defensive stance near Nixxie.
While those two, while these guys disengage, I decide to use my Greater Lightning spell, Bombardment, and start shooting at Nixxie as a little bit of distraction.
You cast Greater Bombardment on Asylvius, and it flies towards him. Still having to dodge Light of the Stars, he is unable to dodge it, and you end up landing 2 hits on him. However, he manages to redraw his polearm and cut through the rest. Thoroughly pissed off, he begins flying towards Athanos with his polearm ready, as Nixxie begins to activate skills, and you know that all of his wounds recover.
Okay.
I decide to try to hit Asylvius in the back with using stealth, since he's so focused on.
Yes, using the power of, let's see here. iron skin, I kind of just like try and like rush into him as well in order to throw him off balance.
You try to do so, however, Nixxie smiles and says, "Hey, idiots." She then activates she then casts the super spell Invincible on Asylvius, and all your attacks bounce off his body. He smiles and then takes the advantage, activating Obsession on Athanos, and begins slamming into him with his pole arm. He manages to get a few cuts on your arm. As you're forced backwards, you're unable to damage him right now.
Alright, I decided to do something a bit stupid. I decided to do what I did to Nixxie, and it hit Asylvius with no weapon was dazed.
I try and avoid his obsession by using Shadow Walk.
You use Shadow Walk, but however, he's still able to remain locked onto you. You use Daze, you manage to stun him for 2 seconds. This stun manages to force him out of Obsession. However, he's still invincible, and you can try to hit him, but you fail. Meanwhile...
During this period... I tried to ascend up, and realizing Nixxie's probably just gonna join Asylvius in his fight against those two if I don't intervene. I try to basically get her attention by chucking my spear at her.
You throw your spear at Nixxie, and she just bats it away like flies, and it returns to you. However, her attention does turn towards you as she casts Avalanche.
Do I have any mana left?
No.
Okay. Well, realizing, again, like, I don't really have much mana left, so I try to dispel it through cutting it.
You manage to cut through Avalanche, getting much more comfortable with it, and Nixxie even seems almost impressed in this act. Asylvius continues to hammer away at Athanos. However, thanks to Daze, he's not easily able to get many that great hits in. However, he's trying to take full advantage of Invincible.
Oh, in that case, I decide to activate Charged Aura while he's coming at me in order to, like, stun him a bit more.
You activate Charged Aura, which forces him back. And he sighs and then backs up a bit as Invincible is about to end. Nixxie then, so facing Kylian, jumps off her pedestal and begins charging towards him with her pole arm.
Trying to avoid this attack, I try to see if I can basically strafe to the left away from her.
Man, you try to strafe to the left, however, she seems to be almost like aerodynamic in a sense, and is able to almost change her direction oddly in the sky, and manages to cut at your legs. Asylvius, meanwhile, taking the advantage of the fact that they're backed up, Invincible ends, and he flies down towards Nixxie as she grabs her hand, and they land on the ground. It's clear they're taking the rest of this fight to the ground level. They begin throwing earth and ice spells up at you from the sky.
We decide.
All of us
are we
are
gonna
just
decide to descend?
Alright, so then I activate my skill Enhanced Sight, and then I start trying to dodge the attacks as I fly to the window.
I use Let the One Guide Me to help me evade the attacks a little better.
You activate both of those, and Elpis is almost out of mana, and you begin ascending down towards them, as does Kylian.
You guys are almost out of mana? What have you been doing?
We don't... Okay, first of all, I don't have as much
You also
mana
use a
as you
super
guys.
spell.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
Anyways.
And you can absorb mana too.
Yeah, you could also absorb mana. You're really the only one who could probably.
So yeah, Asylvius then it's using using Enhanced Sight. Athanos can see that Asylvius and Nixxie are talking to each other, discussing some sort of plan, which you relay to the others that they're planning something.
Alright, I decide to use Identify, then to see how much mana they both have left.
You use Identify on Nixxie, and note that Nixxie has about 3,000 mana left. You use it on Asylvius and see that he has about 800 left.
They might be planning a super attack. We gotta be careful. Let's see. We have super spell, so we might have to be careful.
You then
They're
notice
planning
that
a super spell.
as you continue to approach, you note that Nixxie places her hand on Asylvius' shoulder, and she begins pouring something into him that you can only assume to be mana.
Okay, fine.
Wait a minute. How long does the cooldown for Criti's Path last?
Pretty long.
Pretty long? Okay, well then so Athanos has a plan, and he relays this to both Kylian and Elpis, that they should stall them out just long enough for his cooldown to for his path to get off. Then they try to hold him in place as like Athenos steals his mana.
Got it.
Okay.
Then. Might as well bust this out since I haven't used it yet. I decided to charge patience as a virtue.
Guys, he did.
Also
It's not the
begins-
first thing he used.
This is not
This
the first
is
yet.
wild.
No, I'm impressed still.
He
like,
actually
took
went this long without using it. That's great.
Yeah.
He didn't use his handy.
You broke your addiction.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, you begin
Uh,
charging patience as a virtue as you all like land roughly on the ground. Nixxie then smiles and says, "You all have done well so far." She says, "Honestly, you have improved so much." And I admit, she smiles. I am genuinely impressed. She says, although admittedly, I'm more impressed by your friend here. He took my Drow of Commander very well. Not many people can follow orders so magnificently. Asylvius just
Kicking
shrugs.
our ass, and he's definitely going to. He's going to follow commands.
Asylvius just shrugs and says, "I can take orders when I need to."
Yeah, when it's kicking our ass. Alright. I decide to use lesser teleport and teleport in front of Asylvius.
You teleport in front of Asylvius, attempting to like, get in the way as you continue to try to his virtue. He seems surprised, not expecting you to have a teleport skill. However, Nixxie gets in the way and blocks you with her own pull-on. He says, no, don't be so excited, mate. He said before trying to kick you, but you managed to back up. You know that this is the first time
Too bad.
You know this is actually the first time you managed to dodge one of Nixxie's kicks.
Too bad, this is a fight.
While you guys are distracting Nixxie, I decided to start charging up Pitch Black.
Begin charging up the super tier spell Pitch Black. You cast. You cast Pitch Black, which covers the whole thing. You note that to Kylian and Elpis, the area becomes darker. After you cast Pitch Black, and Althvinhaim tells others that they can no longer see. Actually, never mind. No one can see but Althvinhaim. I'd like to say.
Okay.
So yeah, you activate Pitch Black, and a massive dome of black appears. Everyone's sight, including Kylian and Elpis, go completely dark.
Can I use adapter to slowly try to like
See
get
more?
back in?
Sure. That's gonna take a bit though. Currently, Athanos now looks at both his allies and his enemies, confused as what is happening.
Yeah, no, he was just like, wait, why are they being such stupid?
Nixxie recognizes the spell, relays it to Asylvius, and they both begin backing up, trying to get out of Pitch Black.
Oh, hold on. How much mana do I have left?
You're currently completely cloaked in darkness. You literally can't see shit.
Oh, but I
Okay.
can still hear and stuff, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I decide to use Let the Wind Guide Me to see if I can relocate where the steps
Oh,
and
you
rest.
have enough. Actually, no, you have enough.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast the Let the Wind Guide Me and activate your senses. You're able to roughly track where they are, roughly.
Alright, I decided to charge where they're at a little, like, you know, just in case they have something planned.
Charging it where you're at, you attempt to attack them, however, Nixxie easily counters your attack despite being blind. Athnos, watching this, watches as Nixxie, despite literally not being able to see anything, perfectly parries all of Athnos' attacks. And the only thing you can assume is she has some sort of intuition ability.
Well, now is the time, like the time as ever, just to make sure that they don't get out of Pitch Black. So what he does is he activates Warpath, and so he starts like speeding up his movements as fast as he can, even using like a Conqueror's Aura to try and like throw them off for like a second.
Yeah. You activate Conqueror's Aura, however, it doesn't seem to do much. You fly towards them, activating Warpath, as meanwhile Kylian is still completely shrouded in dark. However, as Adapter begins to take hold, you're able to see slightly in the darkness, enough to make out their figures, the enemy figures.
Trying to confuse them, I basically try to. Actually, this would be a cool idea. What if I use Eclipse to make them feel like the spell has ended and that they can see Dread, but he's in the wrong place?
Yeah. You attempt to use Eclipse, And, however, since you've used it on Nixxie enough times, she recognizes it. She wraps her arm around Asylvius and pulls him back behind her before perfectly countering Dread's hit. You know, that even with Eclipse activated, confusing her as to where Dread is, with Pitch Black activated, and with Dread using Warpath, Nixxie is still able to read his moves and perfectly counter him.
Alright, okay, that's it. Okay, so, I decided
Gonna use a
to...
super spell.
While I'm countering her weapon with the other dagger, I put one away, and then I, like, grab at her and start using the British Path. I can.
Greatest path on what?
On Nixxie. Like, I start trying to drain her mana.
Is that... Let me check the
I can't do that?
Let me check the description. I want to confirm that is in fact, but is that possible? Let me see. Oh my god, Opera DX. Whoops.
It is.
Fuck off. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You activate Praetor's Path and attempt to absorb Nixxie's mana. However, she activates her unique skill Devourer and cancels Praetor's Path using Skill Leader. Then, using Praetor's Path on you, she then manages to absorb 400 mana from you before you manage to get away.
Oh, brother.
Oh my god, you screwed us.
What do you mean? I'm the only one with a plan here.
Recognizing that as Pitch Black ends, she then whispers something to Asylvius, and as you three face them, she says, "How about you try?"
Wait, is Let the Wind Guide Me still active?
Yes. However,
okay, am I allowed to?
Yeah, you attempt to charge towards them, however they both smile. They raise both their hands to the sky, and both of you realize, fuck. You need to get the hell out as you realize what they're about to do. Before you can, like, really react, Asylvius casts the super tier cosmic spell Cosmic Requiem, as Nixxie also casts the super tier cosmic spell Shooting Star. A massive aurora star falls from the sky as simultaneously countless portals appear around you and begin shooting blasts of cosmic energy at all three of you.
We gotta fly up. We either gotta fly up, we gotta fly up.
Okay, so I activate my advanced skill Aura Armor.
You activate Aura Armor as Asylvius gives his mana pool over to Nixxie, and then she begins to cast Solar Flare as well.
Okay,
There's only one. I feel like.
You have 5 seconds
how
before
much
Solar
space
Flare
does
goes
Virtue have
off.
been charged?
It's fully
Okay,
charged.
I'm following up.
Okay, yeah. Pages of Virtue fully charges as she's about to cast Solar Flare.
Alright, I decide to use Lesser Teleport. Teleport in front of her so she doesn't expect it, and absolutely Kamehameha her ass.
You activate Lesser Teleport towards her, and in surprise, you slam Pages of Virtue as hard as you can into her chest. She goes fucking flying, and Solar Flare gets cancelled, which likely saves you. However, Asylvius recognizes this, follows up and basically fucking battered up baseball bats with his pulp, causing a massive gash of blood to appear on your side, sending you flying back towards killing it. However, you manage to avoid Solar Flare.
Thou shalt not die.
You activate Thou Shalt Not Die to heal yourself, however the Shooting Star is about 2 seconds away from hitting the ground, and you're still getting on the defensive thanks to Cosmic Requiem.
I activate my unique ability Hollow Knight in order to get my
I decide
mana
to
pool
quickly
back,
grab
and then
Kylian and Dread to see if I could store them into my pocket dimension along with me.
You attempt to store them into your you attempt to store them into your pocket dimension, however says no, that cheap trick isn't gonna work this time. She activates level 6 Psychotic and slams you all to the
I
ground.
knew it!
You're able to stand up and actually resist level 6 pretty well, but it stops you from using a pocket dimension. The Shooting Star is now mere meters away from crashing down onto you.
What the hell?
Okay, Elpis, let me do my thing. Alright, okay,
Alright,
so...
I'll let you do your thing. I
Alright,
have a
so
good plan.
I did get my mana pool back with Hollow Knight.
You activated Hollow Knight and restored 3/4 of your mana.
Okay, well that should be enough for me to use Ray of Doom then. In order to
Yes, but it also has a charge time.
does?
Yes.
Doesn't say
Yeah.
it's a charge. Oh fuck. Okay, in that case, okay, I decide to use Penos Greater, and then just like try and spin the scythe around as like a shield in order to minimize it.
Decide to just tank the input, to tank the Shooting Star. You activate Kenos Greater as a scythe appears, you just spin it above you, attempting to block it. Shooting Star comes crashing down and exploding as Cosmic Requiem also ends. You all are gravely injured, and before you can even think, Asylvius and Nixxie are then on your asses, both booting their pole arms in perfect unity to attack you both.
Alright, I decide to quickly use Thou Shalt Not Die on everyone, and then get into a parry.
You only have 2.
For Nixxie.
So who do you use it on?
Just use it.
I only have 2 left.
Just use it on Kylian. I have focus.
That's true.
Just buy me time.
Yeah. You use Thou Shalt Not Die on you and Kylian, and some of your wounds recover, and a few of Kylian's wounds recover.
Alright, that's it. I decide to also charge patience as a virtue.
Athnos backs up, telling him to buy for time as he begins activating focus to heal.
I decide to use patience as a virtue, the healing version of it, just in case anything else happens.
You begin charging patience as a virtue healing version. However, Nixxie, recognizing what you're doing, activates the advanced skill Lightning Dash, appears behind Athnos, and basically roundhouse kicks in. However, you manage to get off focus for a good amount of time and heal maybe half your wounds.
I use Dark Fog
keep him busy, guys. Have a plan.
I use Dark Fog to rush towards Connor, trying to go through him basically with the fog, and then stab him in the back.
You try to cast Dark Fog, appearing behind Asylvius, attempting to stab him in the back. However, Nixxie casts Stone Wall, blocking your attack. You're still like in your mind like frustrated at how well coordinated these two are.
Yeah, no.
Nixxie then cancels Stone Wall as Asylvius turns around and like swings in an arc, attacking Kylian's head with his polearm.
Okay.
So while they're distracted trying to beat down Kylian, I jump at Nixxie, pulling out both of my daggers, and like at the last second before I appear in front of her, I activate Wraith of Shades to gain some invincibility.
Wraith of Shades is attempting to fight Nixxie, and you attack her, and you exchange blows, and thanks to the benefits of Warpath, Grace of Thy Worm, and the mana you absorb and all of that, you manage to barely get a little cut on her cheek.
Oh my god.
Nixxie
All
smiles
that for a drop of blood.
and says, impressive, before amping up the speed of her attack, slamming into you as you go flying. She puts her hand against her cheek, seeing the blood, and says, it's been so long since I... Very, very nice, she says, before saying, I suppose it's now time for me to get a bit serious. Then activates her unique skill, Abyss Lord, and the entire area gets covered in black.
I just...
in black. She then activates, more skills, activating Advanced Skill Defender and the unique ability Infinite Warrior, further gaining more. And then her body begins to glow black as the as Void Room activates, and she begins to, cover herself in like an aura armor. Asylvius, recognizing this, backs up to assist her, recognizing that it would be better if he didn't get into her way.
How long is the virtue been charged?
It's been charged for 40 seconds. She then begins rushing at Athnos with a newfound speed, as this essentially like abyssal void warrior begins charging at you with a black polearm.
This is supposed to be me, anyways. So let's see here. Can I try dodging via foresight?
Yeah. Using foresight, you manage to like barely dodge every hit. They are grazing your head by seconds, and you cannot hold on for them.
Elpis, Kylian, do something!
Okay. Am I hidden? Am I hidden? Like, does she know where I am?
Yes, she has. You're in her abyss. You're in her void room. She definitely knows where.
Okay, frick. Because encrypted gives me a lot of speed, so I could like pose a surprise like it. But I basically maybe I just fly towards him, trying
fly
basically
towards him, however,
to.
Asylvius gets in your way and catches you with his polearm, saying, "No. Let her do her thing," he says before spinning in a circle and then trying to slash you with his polearm.
I decide to jump in the way, blocking the attack.
You block the attack, stepping in the way with your halberd, and Asylvius says, annoying. He casts Greater Icicle Volley as 7 icicles shoot rapidly towards you.
Alright, I decide to cut him up, but fine for time for this room to end.
You attempt to cut them up.
I keep rushing towards Dread, trying to help him.
You rush towards Dread as Elpis preoccupies Asylvius. Dread is almost getting hit by Nixxie's abyssal onslaught.
I quickly activate advanced skill double-edged sword and tank a blow.
You attempt to cast double-edged sword, however she casts her own and they cancel out. And then she activates the advanced skill double strike and strikes at you twice with her polearm. Although your foresight allows you to dodge the first one, the second one comes so fast that it stabs through you. You get a large wound in your arm. Your right arm is now unusable.
Well, then, I guess
am I behind
activate
Nixxie
clarity.
yet? Can I just
My
like
skill
stab
clarity.
Yeah. With clarity and foresight, as Kylian approaches, you're able to continue dodging her attacks, but it is not looking good for you.
Shoot. I decide to use less upward to get to Dread and to regroup.
Yeah. While you clash with the Asylvius, then activate Lesser Teleport and fly towards get towards Dread, who's still getting beaten down by Nixxie.
Dread, you good?
Do I look
Look
good?
He says. I was gonna say, do I look good? He says, as Nixxie is hammering into him.
Wait for this to end.
Yeah,
I try to rush and
Patience is
use a
virtue
flurry
fully
behind.
charged.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the room ends for using it.
Can I rush in and use a flurry on
Yeah, you
Nixxie on
attempt
the
to
back just
flurry
to like?
attack and manage to pull some attention off of Nixxie. You continue to try this, however, she activates Dark Step and appears behind Dread through the darkness and attacks him.
Can I cover?
Yeah, you can play at this game, I guess. I use Shadow Walk.
And I cover for.
You can't. Shadow Walk is unable to be used because there's no light in the room.
There's no line to
Therefore, no shadows.
Yeah, it's true.
I decided to use
Yeah.
the first thing Nixxie taught us, the upward down.
You use the upward down slash and manage to counter Nixxie just before she hits Athanos. She parries and cuts you, slashing through your left arm. Your left arm is
While
now
she
unusable.
parries, I decide to use another trick that we were taught, and I decide to try and perform. Right, I perform the dagger technique. The
attempt to
decapitation one.
You perform the dagger technique and approach. However, just before you reach her, Asylvius gets in the way and blocks it again with greater fractal that he's cast. He then spins fractal, creating a barrier of ice that begins throwing icicles at you.
Shit.
I use my greater lightning spell Kaminari, and I try and like cut the.
You cast
the spells
Kaminari
from-
and cut through them, and he says, "Magical weapon battle, huh? I'm privy to that." He says before flying towards you, clashing Kaminari with fractal.
Can I use Ariane though?
Yeah, you're basically out of mana.
Ah, shit. Alright.
Do I
decide-
still have Prismatica activated?
No.
Okay.
Alright, I decide to. Desperate attempt.
Shout out to my only ally, Elpis. Holy hell.
It's my teleport still up.
No.
Teleport up?
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just
decide-
rush in and?
Yeah, I decide to charge in, or try to keep Nixxie occupied a bit. Then.
You try to keep Nixxie
Oh,
occupied
that's
a bit
probably good.
as you fight him, as Asylvius continues to clash with Athanos. Thanks to Obsession, he slowly begins to overpower Athanos. However, Athanos is able to counter with his other attack skills, and it's more or less a balanced match. Using this,
I
during
try
this
to
time,
rush-
Athanos
sorry.
also considers thinking that him and Asylvius, with their skills, although Asylvius' skills aren't attack orientated, his abilities definitely match his own. And Athanos makes sure just to remember that for next time.
Of course.
Can I rush in and help Jed with him getting slightly overpowered with Asylvius?
Yeah. You rush towards him, attempting to help Athanos as you pull Asylvius' attention off of him. Meanwhile,
Oh wait. Yeah.
You got Nixxie.
I decide, in order to help, to use the last remaining of my mana to cast Gust with Daze.
Cast Gust with Daze and stun Nixxie for 2 seconds. As you do so, the unique skill Abyss Lord.
Good.
Your left arm is
And
still
I-
usable, and
and
Athanos'
she's-
right arm is still usable, which is why main reason why he's getting overpowered.
And
In order to like help with the power difference, I activate Charged Aura.
Activate Charged Aura, and Asylvius is forced to take a more defensive position. However, he's still able to reach you due to the length of his pole arm.
Have I reached Asylvius
Yes.
yet? Okay. Can I just like basically flurry at him?
Yeah, you try to flare
I
at him, and he's
decide-
forced to
I-
turn around to counter you with Fractal. Go ahead, Elpis.
I decide to yell to Kylian and Athnos to try to get to me real quick.
Realizing this, you
I
both
quickly
back.
disengage and head
Yeah, you
over.
disengage from both disengage from Asylvius and approach. Nixxie takes the opportunity to regroup with Asylvius.
Well, I've been back into a corner. Well,
Yeah, you both say his blood is
Okay,
streaming out
then.
from your left and right arms, respectively.
you might have gotten us on the rope, Sylvius and Nixxie. But I'll just tell you this. I decide to use Patience of Virtue healing version.
On who?
Wait, can I not? It's an AoE heal!
Is it AoE? Oh, it is. Right, right. You
It's
activate
an
AoE
AoE,
heal
yeah.
and heal your arms. However, a lot of the mental, the physical fatigue and wounds don't fully heal. It only heals the major things. And Asylvius just scratches
That'll
his
ain't
head
no
saying how
potion.
troublesome.
Remember the fatigue potion, Dread.
Oh yeah, that's true. Can I pull out my fatigue
You
potion
pull out
and
the
down
fatigue
that?
potion and down it so that your mental fortitude recover. Asylvius and the Nixxie looks at you and says, "Oh, that's the game we're playing." Okay. She pulls out two superior restoration potions
I decided to
and hands
teleport!
them
I
to
decided to teleport and
Asylvius.
try to freaking break it!
Before you
I
can
tried
do so,
teleporting.
they chug the potions down, and Asylvius slashes you with his polearm. Using Identify, you note that Nixie's entire 7,600 mana pool has fully recovered.
Oh joy.
She then,
Okay, yeah,
she
it's
then
dope.
activates Solar Flare and Shooting Star, while Asylvius casts Cosmic Requiem. They're throwing everything at you now.
Actually, no. This actually works kind of good for me. Can I use Praise Path now?
You can try.
I'll try to use Praise Path and start absorbing what I can then.
You attempted to use Praetor's Path and managed to absorb. However, as your mana pool, you managed to absorb a bit, but as your mana pool overflows over 50%, Praetor's Path cancels as your body physically cannot handle any more mana.
Dread, so throw some mana to me. Give some mana to me.
How does
Is that how that works?
That's not how-
Yeah, I
Managed
think,
to-
I think we can do that,
Managed
right?
to absorb most of Cosmic Requiem, however, Shooting Star is still falling from the sky, and we're all about to get Solar Flared.
How long do
Well-
we have till it hits the floor?
Like 5 seconds at max.
Oh,
I use Wraith of Shades.
You activate Wraith of Shades as she casts as Nixxie casts Solar Flare. She then seems to activate a skill on Asylvius, and Asylvius then smirks, raising his hand into the sky, and casts the super tier super spell Nova Blast. Noting that he realized that Nixxie just taught him a super tier spell in an instant.
Bruh!
are you kidding me?
He casts Nova. He gets to cast Nova Blast as Solar Flare is a second away from going off.
I throw my spear at Asylvius trying to make him cancel his spell or at least like delay it.
Yeah, no,
While-
I'm gonna fly away
Yeah, no, I'm
while
vivid.
Jamal tries to do that.
You both fly away. As Sylvia, as Kylian throws his spear and also flies away. It doesn't work, and they launch Solar Flare at you and Nova Blast. The massive beams that erupt from them slam into you both, and the combined power of two super tier, highest level cosmic spells slam into you. You feel your entire body singeing, as you're basically out of mana, out of skills, out of energy. You all get slammed as your wings burn, clipping them temporarily so you can't fly. You all land on the ground completely scorched. Nixxie and Asylvius are just kind of laughing whilst like looking at each other, clearly enjoying torturing both of you, all three
Patience
of
is a
you.
virtual active.
No.
I have one more, right? No?
I mean, you do, but it's not on charge yet. It's the cooldown.
Okay.
With all three of you
Can I
singed-
use
Yeah, continue.
Can I use curiosity to find is there a way we could beat them?
You
Is
activate,
that even
you
possible?
activate Curiosity, and Curiosity alone tells you all three of you could probably barely win against Nixxie. At throwing Asylvius into the mix completely all changes that. There's nowhere else to go. You all try to stand up, however, you fall to your knees, and both Nixxie and Asylvius charge towards you, with Asylvius putting Fractal and Polearm to Kylian and Elpis' neck, and Nixxie putting her polearm to Athenos' neck. She then lowers her polearm and says, "That truly was impressive." The fight ends, and she hands you all greater healing potions.
Athanos, who's just like been suddenly using advanced skill focus, chugs it down.
You chug all the potions down and all your wounds get healed. As you stand up, expecting to be berated by Nixxie, instead she looks at you and says, "That, I have to admit, you, by far, have been the most impressive students." She looks at her clock and says, "You survived a whole 4.5 minutes. 2 minutes longer than anyone else has. And you managed to not only injure me, but do it when I had someone else fighting with me as well." He says, "Congratulations, you all have successfully passed my master class."
Let's go. Celebrations all around.
They're celebrating as if I haven't been the MVP of this fight.
Yeah, no, literally.
I did something. No, I did.
You did something, but I did most everything. Like you had an impact, but you know.
You're the only one who can like one-on-one Nixxie.
Yeah. Anyways, yes. She gives you all genuine pats on the back, like not even like slamming into you for once. And she says that you all did a great job. And the fact that you managed to survive their first onslaught of cosmic super spells is incredibly impressive. Meanwhile, Sylvia's just like tee-heeing in the back, staring at them. Nixxie praises you all, saying,
"You traitor."
Nixxie,
When I get strong enough, I'm going to kick your ass.
He just smiles. Nixxie says, "You all truly are my greatest students, and honestly, maybe in a few decades, maybe in a few years, depending on how hard you train, come back and challenge me again. I'd love to see if you can beat me one day."
Well, I suppose that is the plan for me. Athanos would say.
Holy shit! I just realized I barely used patience and virtue that entire time.
Yeah, I know, it's wild.
Yeah, no, that's
actually
real...
crazy. Bro didn't spam patience as a virtue every second he got.
I mean, although at the cost of Jamal not actually doing much, though.
Valid. See, when Elpis doesn't just spam patience as a virtue, Jamal doesn't do as much, because, you know.
Okay, look, I run out of mana really quickly. And I can't, the only abilities I really have...
everything in the book I learned. I was using
Man, it's very unfortunate that you can't just like drain mana or just like return your mana pool.
Honestly, I don't need to do that. I'm just.
I mean, I can basically see. Here's the thing: the ability I use the most is probably telekinesis, but they just swat it away. So it's like, oh wow, you threw your spear again. SWAT.
Yeah, no, you're not controlling
your fighting style then. Why not incorporate it into your fighting style?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like.
No, you know what? That Jedi fighting style where
yeah, exactly. That one Jedi.
Yeah.
I think it was like form. It was like form. It was like a forbidden form of like Jedi fighting style.
Yeah.
I gotta get like multiple spears, just start spinning them around.
Yeah, no, that would be epic. That'd be honestly epic.
You know, if you do that, I would respect that, honestly.
As you complete the training, all three of you hear a voice in your head. It speaks to you saying, it speaks to Kylian and Elpis saying, "Notice, the requirements of skill acquisition have been met. The two Kylian and Elpis have acquired the advanced skill Spearmaster. Meanwhile, the user Athanos Dread has acquired the advanced skill Daggermaster. Both skills greatly increase the user's proficiency in said weapons."
Let's go.
Go.
Absolutely.
Celebrations all around. The drinks aren't Elpis, I'm kidding.
Hell no, I'm poor.
No, exactly.
She also says, she says, "Yes, I'm truly grateful. I'm truly impressed at you all, and of course, I wish you all the best endeavors in whatever things you decide to do next, whether boring or not."
Thank you.
You all thank Nixxie and decide, and she says, "Well, I am curious though. What do you all plan on doing next exactly? Just curious to see what
like
each
I
of you
said to you
are."
before, like I said before, you know, still just throwing a spear at my head the first time I mentioned it. I'm still gonna try and achieve to become a supreme entity. Means getting stronger.
She sighs and says, "I'm aware I can't stop you, but just don't do anything stupid, okay? Even though it's kind of like your whole
Promise
thing."
I won't. I'll try not to.
It's just like, it's like the fatigue potion. Dreddy drinks it. Them okay, full mana now.
Literally, it's like Cassian does. Anyways, yes. So
I mean,
Nixxie
yeah, hey, it's kind of smart though.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nixxie says that, and for completing the master training, she'll treat them all to the best food Sal Kyrith has to offer on her.
Let's go!
I'm honored.
It's currently.
Also, I just realized that neither Athanos nor like Kylian answered the what do you plan to do in the future?
Yeah, you can actually answer that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to work soon. I got like 50 minutes left.
Yeah, that's enough time. Don't worry.
Yeah, it is.
Alright.
Well,
And then, since we're probably going to be doing solo session from now on, I decided I want to schedule my session for probably this Wednesday.
I mean, you're not gonna be solo next.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Can I speak?
You're still gonna beat.
Yeah,
Am I
you can
allowed?
speak. Yeah,
All right.
that's fair.
Thank you for clarifying that now. Anyways. Well, I'm most likely going to be heading back to the Humanoid Alliance and getting sworn in officially as the first president. In a long time, at least. And then, after that, I have an idea, actually. Instead of sparring, I have a plan for what to do next.
Mhm.
He starts saying 4 score and 7 years ago.
Let's go in 7 years ago.
Anyway,
The
we don't have much time. We
lies.
gotta continue this. Let's keep going.
Mhm.
Kylian.
Me, on the other hand, I'm going to, I think, stay here a few days and try to find some purpose in my arrival.
I won't be leaving anyway, so we can do that together if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still staying for
Sounds
the
like a plan.
festival.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when is the festival?
Oh, it's coming up pretty soon. It's currently the it's on the Dahlia the like the 7th, 8th, and 9th, somewhere around there. And it's currently for you guys, it's currently around Castier the 28th. And so if it's on and Castier Castier has 30 days, so in 2 days it'll be the next month, so in like a week and a half.
Yeah, I doubt I'm going to be able to attend that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and attend that. Also, did Alania's note come in yet?
You have to go check the Adventurers Guild.
Alright. I'll do that next time.
Yeah, you all Nixxie tells you to go to wait at the training field, and that she will meet them. She'll meet them there later.
Alright.
As you all three walk away, you eventually head over to the training hall. Meanwhile, Asylvius is still there in his smug little pose, saying, "That's some powerful skills you have there." She looks at you and says, "You as well. I've never met someone so good at following orders." He says, part of the job, I suppose. She says, "And what job would that be?" He just kind of shrugs and says, "Don't worry about it." She kind of just laughs it off and says, "You are an interesting person, you know that." He says, "Yeah." She asks them what they're gonna do. She says, kind of curious as well, "What are you planning on doing?" He says, "Well, I hail from Vasilius currently. I came here to meet those two folks. However, I'm currently, how one could say, doing a little bit of an underground empire. I'm bringing succubi and incubi from across Althvinhaim, as well as other demons in general, together, both from Althvinhaim and the demon realm. And I'm going to start a place where I can do whatever the hell I want. Have fun, anything really. I don't really care. But that's the end goal, and so I guess that's really about it." Nixxie seems intrigued, saying, "That's the first time I've heard of that. What are you planning on doing, overthrowing the Vasilius government?" And Sylvia just kind of smirks, like, "I don't know, should I?" She laughs, telling him that his friends have truly grown much stronger. And he acknowledges it as well. As the others can reach the training field, Sylvius kind of looks at Nixxie and asks, "By the way, what exactly do you do here, anyways?" Nixxie says, "Oh, well, beforehand I was the leader of, I'm not sure if your friends told you, I was the leader of the entire Drow army in South Antis under the previous Lord of the Caves. However, once the new king took over, I decided to retire and have been training the warriors of Sal Kyrith." And I kind of ask, Sylvius looks at her and says, "Well, I'm sure they enjoy that." And she smirks and ironically is like, yeah, they definitely do. They laugh, but they both laugh. And Asylvius looks at her and says, and asks like, if I assume you enjoy teaching. She shrugs and says, I wouldn't say I enjoy teaching, but teaching is the most legal way of being able to, kick the shit out of people without while still like benefiting them. Asylvius then looks at Nixxie and says, well, if you got nothing better to do, I know I might have another way that you can kick the shit out of people while still contributing something good. The rest of their conversation kind of fades away as time continues. And you don't know what the rest of the conversation that happens between Asylvius and Nixxie.
I'm scared of visiting Delhaven now.
But
I'm never visiting Delhaven.
something about it
Alright guys, I'm back.
tells you that it's not great. And that'll be lore for now, since Elpis has to go in 8 minutes.
I'm so sorry. If I did not have work today, I would continue the shit out of this. We woke up so early for this, and it was so worth it. I loved every minute of it. I was playing anime battle music in the fucking background, D&D music sometimes. So fucking good.
No, well, this sets up a moral conundrum. Guys, I'm about to overthrow facilities. It's like none of us can stop.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You are not. And if you do, Asylvius, I'd be very disappointed in you if that happens.
If I overthrow
He just
Ghost-
like
No, if
I get
Kylian
stopped by
somehow stops you
Kylian,
over-
no,
Yes.
that's not happening.
he's just gonna be like, no, he's gonna like mafia cheat me, like like the Moxie episode. He's gonna take me on a boat, tie weights, throws
So
me
if
into the
anything
ocean.
happens to Alania and or Ren, it'll be pretty funny to see how that would go down.
Anyways, yes. Now the recording there.